What is up, everybody? We are back live for another happy hour live stream. And there he is. Todd's back in. Todd's actually going back and forth from smoking a pork butt.
Yeah, pork butt.
Yep. Pork butt. Yeah. So you got
That's been taking forever, too. I think I started at 3:30 or 3:15-ish or 3:30. I can't remember exact time. And it's just now up to 146 degrees. So I still got 40 degrees or 60 degrees to go.
You're like, what is going on with this out there? You're saying like, what the butt?
Yeah. What the fuck? But the reading's right on the reading is right on here. So I got a Pit Boss. So I've got the app for it. So you can just look on your phone and see the temperatures and everything and the
right
goes into it, so I can see what all the temperatures are. But it just looked wrong because seemed like it was higher than that a while ago. But I just wrapped it and stuff, so it might have set it down just a little bit.
Gotcha. It is funny how now with the grilling, you have the technology, right? It just changes things up on it.
I know.
It's definitely all kind of interesting.
Yeah, it almost feels like you're not even really doing it the right way. Almost like you're cheating or something.
You're cheating, right? Yeah, it's like
like the microwave. Yeah, it's a microwave of smoking meats. That's what it is.
It's not supposed to be this easy. What is going on? Shout out to Donner in the house. Already got one cracked open. He's got the trimmer pills tonight. Very nice. Happy Friday to you as well, and happy weekend. And a lot of Oktoberfest festivities kicking off at a lot of breweries and stuff too. I don't know if you got some stuff down there taking place. I know we get the big one next weekend, but I think this weekend is Oktoberfest in Covington for Main Strauss. So may have to stop through there tomorrow or Sunday. Now that I think about it.
No, not really. I mean, there's a few small events locally that's going on at breweries and stuff, but nothing like a big Oktoberfest type thing or anything.
Nothing too huge or anything happening.
Yeah.
At
least not that I know of, anyway.
I do enjoy the Oktoberfest season. I mean, they get the fall beers and changing the weather a little bit. Although I will say that has gotten warmer this last few days. Like it was cool going into they got who turned the heat back up? Like what is happening here?
Going the wrong way. What's going on? It's going the wrong way. No, but I guess let's see. I guess it's probably been about 3 weeks ago. One of our local tap houses. It's not a brewery, but they have 20, maybe it's 20 exactly, 20 or 24 taps. And they always carry really good beers, like they're always solid. And they had a Oktoberfest type thing going on a couple weeks ago that we went to. So to kind of kick it off, it was like, I'm not even ready for the Oktoberfest yet, but it was good. It was fun.
Right. So what do you got going on? What's your beer? What's happening over there lately?
I just did a video today, actually, so I got to upload it. So
yeah.
I haven't really done a lot here lately. I've just been busy and different things going on. I just haven't had a chance to do it. So, but I did one today because I was like, oh, I'm here by myself. So what else you got to do? Might as well go ahead and shoot a video. I should have shot a couple of them and just started backloading them. But
yeah, what beer did you do today over there?
It was one that we got. Well, I had it for a while. We got it at the get together. And I can't remember offhand. Yeah, I can't remember offhand exactly what brewery it was. But hang on, I can tell you because I'm pretty sure I checked it in on Untapped. So let's see. Or I could say you'll just have to wait and watch the video and find out.
Yeah. It's a surprise. Right. Surprise! You got to go over to the channel and check it out.
I totally botched up the name of it too because I thought it. So it's from Blackburn Beer Company, and it was Niagara IPA. So I'm pretty sure Shane brought it down.
Okay.
It's the New England Hazy IPA, and I totally botched it up. I read it wrong at the start, and then I was like, that was totally unprofessional. So I'm still gonna throw it out there anyway, just to have content going. So
right.
I mean, I didn't mess it up too terrible. After I looked at it, I was like, son of a bitch. I got the name wrong on the whole thing. I I think I called it Blackberry in the video because
Right.
I was thinking the can had the like cursive kind of on it, and I thought it said Blackberry, and I got to looking and I checked it in, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, it's called Blackburn." I was like, "I totally botched that out." I was like, "Oh well." I'll put a little caption, in there before if somebody watches. Like, don't mind the reading of it.
Yeah.
It's totally wrong.
We've all been there, I think. So, in fact, I had one, I think last week, and I had did something where it was like the wrong thing I said. And luckily I caught it while I was editing the video to upload it. And I was like, I had to type in the words on it and stuff. Like, yeah, missed that one. So, but it happens. It gets all of us at some point.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to happen sooner or later, I guess, right?
Yeah. But I'm actually going to crack open. I think this is my last one of the Firestone Walker Oktoberfest beers, the Oak Age lager, just to get this stuff out of the fridge and get new stuff into the fridge because a lot of beer here. Haven't even touched the stuff we got at Jungle Gyms.
Oh, that's what I'm going to drink too. Is just start out early, just start out easy, I guess. But
yeah,
is the reflection of my mirror, the light's very bad? It doesn't look like it's very bad on the screen, but is it coming off bad?
No, you look all right there, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a bad thing that having that mirror sign right behind me. It's like it reflects all the lights. Now I got the overhead light closest to us turned off. Maybe try to help that a little bit and got one of Shannon's lights that she was always turning on when she was doing the videos on because it's lower, no reflection. So I was like, oh, maybe that helps too.
Yeah, she's going away on her. She's doing her girls trip right now.
Yeah, they just went to. They were in North Carolina, and they just drove down to Lake Cumberland, which is right on the border, Kentucky-Tennessee border there. So I guess they're staying there tonight, tomorrow, and then coming back Sunday. So
there you go.
A couple of good friends.
Yeah, we get a lot of people that go from this area down there.
Yeah. So far, sounds like they've been having a good time. So
yeah,
she even did a little barbecuing herself. She had some ribs that she made while she was down there.
Oh, nice. We always had to make sure she's safe around the fire, though.
Well, she kind of cheated a little bit, if you want to say, but I'm sure they were tender as hell. She did it in the crock. She put it in the crock pot. So.
Oh, she did crock pot ribs. Okay.
Yeah, but we've done them here before too, and they do fall to the bone, and they're always pretty good. So.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if it gets it done, it's not. I like them on the rack, but
Yeah. Everybody's a little different.
Yeah. She didn't boil them. She didn't boil them first or anything, did she?
I don't really know
some people boil them. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she did or not. She didn't say. I don't think she did. I think she just threw them in the slow cooker and just left them on for 6-8 hours or however long it was. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm never sure. Go ahead.
Esoteric German style Kolsch.
Oh, from my neck of the woods up here. There you go.
Yeah, that's the one I picked up at Jungle Gyms that day when we were there.
Yeah, one of the many.
Yeah. Plus the stuff I still brought back from the beer tubers get together. I still got a lot of that to go through. Oh my god.
Now, I'm
going to look at a can and it's going to have the date from 5 years ago, and it's going to be like one of your videos. Like, where did this come from?
Now, did you just get one, or did you get like a 6-pack of that?
No, it was a mixed 12-pack.
Okay.
So it was 4 different beers, 3 of each. I think it was an Oktoberfest, a porter, the Kolsch, and maybe an IPA. I think I can't remember what the other one. I think it was an IPA, but I'm pretty sure it was an Oktoberfest in there also.
Okay.
So far, they've all been pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. They just, I know they got a medal at the U.S. Open Beer Medal Awards, so can't remember which one they got it for, but they had just won that, and they always get a lot of love from the stuff they're doing. And their owner there now, he was one of the former like lead brewers over at Mad Tree when he started that. So, of course, Mad Tree does some decent beers too. Speaking of Mad Tree, they've got their version of Oktoberfest this weekend out at the brewery. I think it's Ziegler Fest.
Okay.
I put it on the Facebook page, but they'll be doing some stuff there tomorrow. And they got the polka bands or whatever and all that kind of stuff. Is it the polka? What are the bands Oktoberfest? Is it just is it considered to be under polka or just something different? Like
I think so, but I think it's like a very, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not really sure, but I would say it probably is a polka of some sort. Honestly, I don't know what it would be. But that's the first that comes to my mind is polka. Even when we go to the German American Club, well, we didn't go this year, but when they do their Oktoberfest and everybody always dresses up in their German, Lederhosens and all whatever. And I think they have a polka band playing. I think they do have a polka band that plays or something. So I'm pretty sure that's probably what it is.
Okay. I got to figure if you're an accordion player, that's your day right there. That's Oktoberfest. That's the day you've been looking forward to.
Right. That's like,
no bigger day for an accordion player, I don't believe.
That's their Super Bowl.
That's when they make their mark.
Wait all year for the 1 month and then Super Bowl time.
That's the only time you'll hear somebody say that man plays a mean accordion. Oh yeah. Yeah, but this the Firestone Walker, I don't know if you've seen them around your area, but the Oktoberfest is pretty nice. Very easy drinking. So I did the review on it. It was like, yeah, this I can get down with this. But it's Firestone Walker, like you're not gonna be disappointed really.
Right. No, they're one of the ones that our local brewery doesn't carry anymore, and I'm so mad about it because like why do you either they don't distribute here anymore or he just doesn't carry them anymore. I'm not really sure. But to be fair, I don't remember seeing them anywhere else either. So they may not just have distro here anymore.
Yeah, and that might be why they're doing more stuff, reaching out to some of the beer people too to try to maybe they're increasing distribution, but they're always nice when you find them or when you see them. And at some point here, I got it in my mind. I'm going to get into doing some of the old parabolas and stuff I got to sell. I'm going to start going through the old stuff.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those. I need to go through all that. When we were getting them here, I mean, we got them for several years. I've got 3 or 4 old ones that I need to get to.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw on the Facebook page, they got the next round of the Big Bad Baptist on the way.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't. Oh, you know what? I did see that.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, Jesus.
Yeah, because I had to zoom in to see. I was like, are those ones that we picked up or are those all new ones? And I was like, nope, those are all new ones. Like, damn it.
Yeah, this is going to be the 2025 round. And so they've got the Big Bad Baptist Samurai, which I'm going to think might be like a rice lager or something. Big Bad Baptist Manhattan. So it's going to be something like the cocktail, I'm sure. They got the Lucha Libre. They got the Big Bad Baptist, the Godfather, Big Bad Baptist Macaroon, and then the Solstice. So 6 different ones coming in October from Epic for their 2025 Big Bad Baptist releases.
Well, whenever you see them, you let me know because I'm sure I'll make a drive down to Jungle Gyms and grab me some.
Yeah, I told you, hey, look there. You were like so surprised to see a column of Big Bad Baptist beers.
Well, I know because, like I said, we used to get them here, and I don't know why I was so surprised because, like, they got everything. So, I shouldn't have been that surprised, but I was surprised just to see them, I guess, because like I said, used to get them, and I can't get them anymore. And I was like, oh, I was so like, oh, damn it. It was all my money just on like 6 cans.
Yeah. And I know you saw that image I put up on the Rusty Rail waffle sauce. I would like to find that beer. That'll be. And then, it was maple. So, I mean, I don't know if Shane saw that one or not, but we know how he feels about maple.
Right.
Yeah.
I know American maple. He may not be down with that though.
Yeah. Well, if it's maple, I think he pretty much just grabs it anyway. I think, Now, when he may not be the biggest fan of the American maple, but he'll drink it.
You're right.
And I'm still trying to find the Dragon's Milk Coconut Rum Barrel Reserve. So one of my local spots here, I asked them about it, and they said, well, they don't get it. All they get is the base version. And so I got to find, I'm going to go back out to Jungle Gyms to see that. But going to Jungle Gyms is always a trap because you don't go for just one. You go for one, but you never leave with just one.
Right.
You just leave with more. Oh, there's your other half. What are you talking about? This is a dog show, Shannon. This is a beer show. This is a beer happy hour, not a dog happy hour.
I can't anyway. The dogs are upstairs. I'm downstairs. So
you have to wait till you come back.
That's right. Yeah, you left me, so you get to see him when you get back. So
right. Absent makes the heart grow fonder. So there you go.
That's right. They haven't even noticed you've been gone. I've been taking such good care of them.
Yeah. Like, that old lady won't give us anything. Todd's letting them run amok right now. But hopefully you're relaxing down there at Lake Cumberland and having a good time, enjoying the trip, drinking the drinks, because she's got a pretty good collection of stuff she took down there from Jungle Gyms as well. So
yeah.
kind of interested to see what she drinks, Yeah. I'm kind of interested to find out what she thought of the seltzers and all that stuff. Yeah. She says you were doing her so wrong, Todd.
Not on purpose. I'm not on purpose.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No dog for you. There you go. But did you say which one you were drinking? Did you say? Oh yeah, you did. You did show the one. How's that one going down?
Esoteric Kolsch or whatever.
Yeah, that's esoteric. Yeah. I don't know if you've had their beers before.
You have or haven't?
No, I have. I didn't know if you had, because they were at the beer festivals a few times, and I didn't know if you had it there.
I hadn't never had those before until I picked up that 4-pack. They've been pretty good.
Yeah. I know the one that we did over at Xavier, that was just kind of weird how they had it set up, but they were downstairs. They weren't on the main floor where we were, on the court and everything. So I don't know if you had a chance to try their stuff.
If I did, I don't remember it, but I don't think I did.
Yeah, you had to walk out and go down the steps and go back around, all kinds of stuff. So
yeah, that was setup was just weird.
Yeah, well, hopefully if they finish renovations next February or March, whenever it is, it'll be at Duke Energy Center again, which is always good. It's a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of cool at Xavier, but it was just weird because it was upstairs, downstairs, all,
Yeah.
I felt like there was a lot to be, you could have easily missed out on.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, to get around to some of the spots and stuff. So, but, yeah. JT in the house. Cheers, JT. Yeah. Of course, we did make it to the high ABV suites, and that was good, too. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of thing. So I know you saw it there. I know you saw it there too on the Facebook page. It's gonna be interesting. So we have the American River Roots Festival coming in October, which I just found out was basically the relaunch of what used to be the Tall Stacks. Did you remember Tall Stacks when they came to Cincinnati? And they'd have all the different boats and stuff. So they're gonna have like, I think there's like 12 or 15 main river boats that are going to be out there. And so one is like on the way up now from New Orleans for the event. And they have like all the ships out there and people can see like all the cultural kind of stuff. They do music and food and beer and everything like that. So that Sunday is when I'll be actually doing one of the beer tastings, which will be interesting just to see how that goes. And I have to go there and decide what beers I want to do. And I'm pretty much going to take people through a beer tasting and talk about social media and beer. So it'll be interesting. So first time doing something like that.
Yeah, well,
But it's all,
I guess we're 2 weeks away from the Corn Maze Beer Fest at 450 North.
yeah, that's October 4th, I believe.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, that's Saturday. Yeah,
of October. Yeah,
yeah,
and Anderson's going to be there, so we'll meet up with him. So
yeah. That guy's been all over the country right now, just going to different spots with work and everything. I mean, you're working, you go around with rock bands and stuff, and you're like all over in different spots and cities, and it's a cool way to see the country, though.
World traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, world traveling, that's for sure.
Travel and get paid while you travel, and then you drink beer. So, you know, life could be worse.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong at all. I will tell you, it was amazing, and thanks for reminding me. I have one in the car that I'm going to drink now. Why do you have it in the car? It should be in the cooler, right? It should be like in the fridge.
Yeah, throw it in the freezer for about 15 minutes.
I feel like she may have had something else and forgot the other one was in the car.
Well, possibility. Or the combination of that drink that she's talking about,
both.
what you're talking about, is probably
right.
more likely, I'm sure.
And it probably hit her like an epiphany, like, just realized that's in the car.
It's totally went, damn it, that's my last one, I'm out. And then she goes, oh, I got one more. She's like, see, this is what life does to me. There's always an answer.
There's always. Oh, nothing gets Shannon down, though. She just keeps moving it forward.
She does.
Yeah. So being a bachelor for the weekend, big plans or anything else? I mean, you're doing the pork butt football tomorrow, kind of just laying low and.
Yeah, I really haven't done anything all week, really. Well, we went to take that back. I went to Fistful of Ale Brewery right after and got, because right now we're this week is wing week, so every place that's involved in it's got, you can get 6 wings for $8.
Oh, that's not bad.
So one of our local breweries was one of them that was doing the 6 wings. So after the funeral today, I stopped by there on the way home and got lunch and had a beer. I was like, I needed a beer after that, so that one got some wings. And so if you check into you got to check into 4 of them within a week's time. They have an app.
Okay.
You check into it and send them a picture. Put a picture of it on here. Once you 4 times within the week, and you qualify for a drawing for like $300.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you get so many points every time you go to one, check one in, and the overall point winner automatically gets $300. Which I'm not going to do that because most people probably go 2 or 3 times a day, probably. One of our friends Aaron, you remember Aaron when I went to the Buckfest? He's been doing the wing thing, so he's probably hit 6 or 7 or 8 of them already.
Wow.
I think he's been doing 2 a day, 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner for the last 4 days. So
now these are some pretty decent sized wings, not like the wings I got when I went to Canada, right?
No, they weren't pigeon wings. No, these have been pretty good wings. Yeah, they've been pretty nice. So him and I went. Was it last night? I think it was last night. And got wings last night. I went with him. I was like, yeah, I'll ride with you and get some wings. And then today I went by on my way home today and got some. So I got 2 more spots to go. I got to get 2 more in before Sunday's over. So
I think you can get that.
Yeah, I was like, I could do lunch tomorrow or something, and even Sunday or something, or get something for the football. Watch football Sunday or whatever. So yeah, it shouldn't be.
Oh yeah.
And they're local. They're local too, so it's not like I have to. Most of the places are over in Louisville, so there's only a handful of places over on this side of the river. But I've already hit 2 of them, and there's still 2 or 3 more to go to. So
okay, 6 for $8. That's like some old school pricing on wings right there.
Oh no, yeah. And I think there's I don't know, 25 or 30 restaurants that are involved in it. So it's kind of cool. They do that.
Yeah.
They did it last year or maybe they already did it this year too. They did one last year. It was burger week, so you can go and do the same thing with burgers at different places. And this year it's been wings. So I think they did wings last year too. So I don't know. Maybe I missed the burger one this year.
Well, she said they changed venues today, so that's why it was still in the car. So
yeah,
with them changing, so they were still unpacking the car and stuff. Apparently,
yeah, they went from North Carolina to Lake Cumberland today. So they're Kentucky, Tennessee border, I guess.
Well, hopefully they got it. Are they in a cabin or they go to a hotel? Do you know?
I think it's
or Shannon.
I think it's an
Airbnb.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know she told me on the phone that they're not right on the lake, which was kind of disappointing, but she said they're not too far from it. So
I say, hopefully they got a hot tub to relax in. So you always get a cabin. You get Gatlinburg, you get a cabin because you get a hot tub. And I know people that go to Lake Cumberland area, they talk about getting hot tubs down there too.
Yeah.
Gonna get in the hot tub. Old Eddie Murphy skit from back in the day. My toe in the hot tub.
I'm gonna check on this again real quick.
All right.
Temperature just is stalling out. I can't get it to go up.
Todd is going out there to check on his pork butt. What the butt? Pork butt. There you go. And then you guys are drinking something out there too. Let us know what you guys are enjoying and drinking. And with this there was some stuff happening at some breweries the last week or two, but I think this week is really where you're seeing more of the Oktoberfest stuff. Anybody out there about to celebrate tomorrow anywhere, any of the local breweries, let us know in the comments as well what's on your agenda this weekend. If you just got here a little bit ago, we have the big one here in Cincinnati next weekend, but we do have a local one taking place tomorrow over in Covington, Kentucky. So might swing through there for a bit, but I am drinking an Oktoberfest beer right now with it being a Firestone Walker Oak Oktoberfest. But it is nice to get on a Friday night, just kick back, relax, chill, and enjoy a few brewskis and talk with you all here. One thing I was doing earlier before I got on here, curious if any of you are like any of the fans of Alien. I've gotten into Alien Earth now, so I was watching part of that. I have to finish the other part when I get off later after the live stream. But that actually, it's been a pretty good show, I think. If you're a fan of Alien, the movies and all that kind of stuff, the show ties in nicely from between Covenant and the first Alien movie. So it's kind of building up into that. So definitely been pretty cool to check out. And, I'm a fan of sci-fi. I'm a fan of watching sci-fi and fantasy type movies. So, yeah. Shannon said, look at your phone, Todd. So something on your phone, I guess.
Okay. Send me a picture of their little fire that they have going on.
Oh, nice.
And she said to tell you that my weekend's going to be filled with surrounding myself with honeys everywhere.
Oh, for you or for her? Because she's on the girls' trip.
No, for me.
For you.
No, for me.
For you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of already had that plan, but I wasn't going to say it out loud,
Party at Todd's this weekend, folks. Yeah.
Now it was her idea. Then it's all fair game now, I guess.
And we have it recorded here. We have it, as proof. He was given the weekend pass. It's like that old movie that came out years ago, Hall Pass.
Yeah.
Todd's going to be hanging out at Applebee's tomorrow because that's where all the chicks go.
Blue Board Cafe.
Let me reach in here and grab another beer.
Yeah, that's what I should have done when I was up. I'm gonna go grab you one too.
I'm gonna try one of these little ones, Todd. If you wanted to get it, if you have it there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll grab that.
that FSBC 10. This is like the smallest little can. So we were at Jungle Gyms. This is one of the beers we picked up. It's a Imperial Stout, 12.5%. But look how small the can is. That can is so little. But they had like, it was a 4-pack, and I think it was, I want to say it was like $6.99 or something. It was cheap.
It was something like that.
But 7.5 ounces. It's like the little Miller High Life Pony little bottles or something. So I'm gonna sit that over to the side to let it warm up a little bit. Yeah, there it is, right there. Like I feel like Andre the Giant with the can in the hand.
Yeah. This is actually a 16-ouncer. That's just,
yeah.
I'm just a giant. That's all. You just can't tell it on camera. I'm just a giant.
I got big hands. Oh shit, she's getting crazy. She's drinking Bud Light Platinum. I'm drinking that. I didn't even know you could still get platinum in some parts, but yeah.
Dang.
If there was a beer that symbolized like late night drinking or going to a club in the 90s, it'd have to be like Bud Light Platinum back then. That was like everywhere. I feel like Bud Light Platinum and Zima sums up like 1994. Tastes like 1994. I was thinking of a question earlier. I was going to ask you, you to comment. Like when you were back in college, like what was your favorite cocktail drink? If you had a favorite back then that you would drink, obviously when you were able to drink, but not a beer, but like a cocktail,
Yeah, probably a. Dang it! Why is it just slipping my mind? Shannon knows what they are. She used to drink them all the time too. Shannon, if you're still on there listening, we used to drink them over at Ben and Andrews all the time. Dang it! What the hell? Why can't I think of what it is now?
Dovetail Fest beer. Nice, JT. It is like a hipster can. You're right. Was it? Because I wonder if it was what I'm thinking. Long Island iced tea?
No, it wasn't Long Island iced tea.
Okay. What's happening, Liz? I gotta get caught up on that show, Peacemaker, too. John Cena.
Oh, an amaretto sour. That's what I just.
Oh, amaretto sour.
Yeah,
okay.
We used to drink the amaretto sours a lot back in the day. I had a good friend of mine was at the time was. I mean, we're still friends, but we just don't really talk or hang out anymore. But nothing happened. Just separate ways, different lives, and everything. Different directions. But,
yeah, just go different.
Yeah, we used to hang out over there. We used to drink amaretto sours all the time, and I always dig. Those were always really good.
Now, was this like for you? Was it like late 90s, probably late 90s or early 2000s? Like when you were in?
Yeah, it was probably. Let's see. It was probably. Because Shane and I were together then, so that was 97, so late 90s, I guess, or probably even mid 90s, late 90s, early 2000s.
All right, yeah, because you're a few years younger than me. So I was trying to, yeah. I mean, you're a few years younger, so I was trying to target where it possibly was. But yeah, I mean, back then, Amaretto Sour was definitely a pretty popular cocktail people were drinking. And then,
one buddy, he wasn't a big beer person, so he always liked to mix drinks or whatever. So yeah, those were just easy to get everything for it, and not have to spend a ton for it.
Yeah. Well, you think about it too. Back then, we were, you were in Indiana, I was in West Virginia, so you didn't really get any of the stuff that was coming in off the coast for craft as of yet back then. So it was your cocktail drinks, or it was your Red Dogs and Miller Genuine Drafts and, whatever it may be there. Were kind of your macro lead-in type beers, Coronas and stuff like that. So
I remember, Red Dog and what was the other one? It was kind of similar to Red Dog, but it was a different, I don't think.
Killian's? Was it Killian's Irish Red?
Yeah. Killian's. It was another brand. had Red Dog and something else. What the hell was it called? They were kind of similar, but they were right at the same time. We drank that. We drank Red Dog and that all the time during baseball, in college.
Okay.
And it wasn't Killian's though. What the hell was it called? You can't get it anymore either. But
was it Peace Wicked? Peace Wicked Red?
No.
Okay.
It had been early 90s. 94 or 5-ish, right in there.
But it was a red ale.
I'm pretty sure it was.
What's up, Big Daddy in the house? He says maybe Red Wolf.
No, Red Dog.
Well, I said Red Dog. You said it wasn't Red Dog.
You did say Red Dog? Red Dog? It wasn't Red Dog. It was Red Dog and something else. Maybe it was the other one. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. It wasn't Red Dog. It was Red Dog and another one, but it wasn't Killian's. I can't remember what the hell it was called.
No, Big Daddy's question, like Todd. I said Red Dog earlier. Todd was drinking a little bit before the show. Todd sent me a message earlier. He was like, when he started smoking the pork butt, he's like, I'm having a few beers. Like, oh shit, I forgot we're going live tonight. Like, I was thinking it was Saturday. So he's got a lot of stuff happening.
Totally was. Been one of those days, days.
Hello, Peggy. Cheers. Good to see you. And my condolences as well, talking to Todd earlier. So I know it's been a tough day there with you as well. Big Daddy said, finally sipping a Great Lakes Nosferatu Double Red IPA, 8%. The beer that started his craft beer journey. So there you go. Yeah, great beer that is back out now as part of the release that they're doing. If you haven't had Great Lakes Nosferatu, highly recommend it, especially if you're a Red Ale fan. That's always nice and solid to enjoy. And JT said what's up as well to Big Daddy there. So yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. And I think for me, when I was back in college, it was, the 90s is just like, we drank a lot of Long Island iced teas that were out there. But Alabama Slammers, I became a fan of for a number of times. And that's what got me into drinking Southern Comfort back in the day, too. Because that was used in Alabama Slammers. Oh, definitely. It's, I know it's tough there. BJ says, yo to JT. Nosferatu was great. I always grab when I see it, which is rarely. Well, it is not. It just got released again here. This is their time of year for Great Lakes to roll it out. So hopefully you'll come across it now, JT. It's kind of interesting just still seeing it like in cans. They do the cans. And you can get, I guess they do some spots where you still might be able to get in bottles, but with some of the Great Lakes switching over to using cans, it's kind of interesting when I see that being out there.
So you said Red Dog, and did you say Killian's too? So maybe it wasn't Killian's. Maybe it was Killian's along with it too. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been
because Killian's was really popular back then.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was Killian's and Red Dog is what we used to get all the time. Other than like your Miller Lite, Bud Light stuff or whatever, and back then that was kind of your craft beer sort, I guess.
Yeah. But if there was,
I think those were one of the first ones to go to like a 5-ounce can or a bigger can than just your macro or whatever, weren't they?
Which one for
like Red Dog or the Killians or whatever? Weren't they?
Red Dog was in 12-ounce can. They might have went to 16. That might have been something.
No, I mean ABV wise, were they like a 5% ABV instead of?
I think Red Dog was probably that might have been like closer to 6. I think on the ABV.
Yeah. But I feel like they were one of the cheaper, whatever that was beyond just a macro type for ABVs that you could buy. Not counting like a.
Oh yeah, unless you went and bought liquor, that was the case. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the reason why a lot of the guys were buying those was just for that reason.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Dog. No, Red Dog was 5%. So it wasn't heavy on that one. That one wasn't.
Yeah, but it's still
like doing the butt. Yeah.
But still bigger than the 4.2 or whatever, from the Miller Lite or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're looking at the American Lager, but a Budweiser was, I think they're 5. Yeah, they're 5. Although I would say the Red Dog tasted better, I thought, than a Budweiser back then. So,
yeah.
um, now Big Daddy said 5.5 Red Dog. JT's at 4.8, so they might have screwed around with the ABV for a bit as well.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm looking at Untapped, and they got a 5 in there, but Untapped isn't always the correct one either.
Yeah, I know I said ounces earlier, but I was thinking ABV, not ounces. Being a 5% ABV seemed like it was big back then for before before the craft beer boom was you even thought about craft beer.
Now, Big Daddy said maybe it was Red Hook you were thinking of, which I did like some Red Hook beers.
Yeah, no, it was totally.
Yeah, but that'd be more craft at that time when they came out with stuff. Yeah.
It was totally Red Dog and
yeah. So if there was like and I'm going to just say like a macro beer, which I don't know if there would be one that'd be mad. I said, if you could bring back one of those macro type beers, is there one that you would bring back from back in the day? Or if I say craft beer, that's too hard because there's so many craft breweries that have been out there now at this point, right? Everybody has a favorite that's not open now, but a macro, like, would you bring back a Red Dog type thing, or would you bring back anything that jumped out at you? Like,
no, not really. I mean,
let them all lie where they're at. Yeah.
Yeah. Be gone.
Yeah, I mean that's the other part of it too. Like, no, they ran its course. I'm happy.
I mean, I still drink my fair share of Bud Light or Miller Lite 1, so that's good enough. I don't need anything other than anything else to saturate that market.
Yeah. Nothing else is really needed. No, let them go there. But it's like, I was gonna say, like in college, we drink a lot of Miller and Genuine Draft, but you can still get that around. I know some people don't see it as much, but that's still out there too. But yeah, I know Chris off the 10th, he's a big fan of the Miller Genuine Draft. That's one of his favorite beers to enjoy. Although he drinks a lot more craft, he still goes back to that. Okay. Oh, okay. So JT said he's going by the corporate source. So on the site, I guess it says like 4.8, but I wonder if they updated it since then for what Red Dog's ABV was. Let's see.
I'm not really sure on that.
Yeah, Red Dog beer has always had an alcohol volume of 4.8, introduced by the Miller Brewing Company in 1994. Yeah, the specific ABV hasn't changed since its introduction. So yeah, so Untapped was wrong on what they had. Like I said, you can't always trust Untapped.
That would have been when I was drinking them. It was 94, 95.
Mm-hmm. And see, Big Daddy said we always got it on track because it was 5.5. Well, according to this, they never changed it from 4.8. So it might have been that bartender lying on the ABV there. But yeah, it was always been 4.8 there, Sam.
Yeah, I always thought it was like 5% myself.
Also. Yeah. Significant popularity in the mid to late 1990s, but declined in the early 2000s. Still continues to be produced and available in a lower price segment, similar to brands like High Life and Milwaukee's Best.
The Beast.
So you can still find it in some places out there. Red Dog. I remember all the old ads. The Red Dog sign was always pretty cool. I always wanted like a Red Dog sign. From their logo and everything. Now, my early years in college, freshman year in college, we drank a lot of Milwaukee's Best because, I mean, we were freshmen in college, so.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. The price point was perfect. A 30-pack for like, what, $10 or something back then? So, yeah, it worked out well.
Cheapos.
Little cheapos,
Probably
yeah.
not back then. I guess probably not back then. But you look back now, you're like, oh yeah, those are old cheapos.
I mean, it was not old Milwaukee, but Milwaukee's best, or if it was a fancy type thing, it was Everclear, like in the fruit or something like that. You know, get a piece of fruit, eat the fruit, the alcohol would hit from it. Yeah, soak that fruit into it, or you did a punch, and where you'd have like the big Rubbermaid trash can lined out with empty bags, and they put the punch inside of it and stuff. So not sure how, as you look back on years, how sanitary that may have been, but we all made it. So, I mean, you did put the bag in there. So, and you did clean the cans before you did so. So, yeah.
Well,
you're supposed to. You hope that you go to the party, you hope that liner doesn't have any holes in it, right? Like,
yeah.
But you really never knew, did you? You just hoped and assumed. Local store, 12 and 30 packs. Yeah, I feel like if you buy Red Dog, you got to go in for like a big haul with it. So they load them up nowadays.
You haven't cracked the other one open yet, have you? The small
one?
I
haven't sitting here right now just to warm it up a little bit.
Just making sure. I didn't think you did. But just making sure.
Warming it up like Crisscross back in the day. Warm it up, Chris. I wonder what Crisscross up to, but watch you. Well, one of them's not alive anymore, so we know what he's up to. Yeah. Or down to, if you look at it that way, at 6 feet. So it's so funny how over here, I don't know if you can see, like back over here, I went to finally set up the record collection over there. There was like so many records. I even forgot I even had. I'm like setting it up and I'm going through it from when we did the move. And I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this. I forgot I had that. All these records from DJing back in the day. And then I found an Andrew Dice Clay that we had where we could use the sound bites from Andrew Dice Clay back in the day. And I'm like, looked at like, dude, like how fast would he be canceled nowadays on the jokes that he had? Like people would lose their mind. I think some of the younger generation with some of the jokes he did, like he was one of those shock jock type comedians, but some funny shit he was doing. So I don't know. I always thought Dice Clay was pretty funny back in the day as well. Nowadays, I feel like people might be a little cringe with it, listening to some of his jokes. Yeah. But I was just going through and I had like stuff. I had like one of the that's the Def Jam. I forgot I had that from when I was DJing back then. So I had like LL, Beastie Boys, Public Enemy, like all the Def Jam artists on this one vinyl thing. Like I forgot I had this. And then just pulling all stuff like, oh, because what I plan to do is I got like a computer, a turntable here connected to computer. So I want to record some of the tracks so I can get them on digital and stuff. So, but it's just like funny, just reminiscing, seeing all the old records from back in the day that I had.
It's funny. Our daughter went through a spell. Oh, it's probably been 4 or 5 years ago now. She went maybe a little longer than that, I guess, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
She went to record player and vinyls. She had to call them vinyls because, that was the cool thing to call them again instead of records. No, they're vinyls. Well, they are, but nobody calls them.
They're vinyl records. Yeah.
It's like that's what they're known as, but that's nobody calls them that, but you all. She went through a little phase there, and we were buying her vinyls for Christmas and stuff, but I don't even know if she even listens to them anymore or not.
Yeah. It's like calling an 8-track a tape. No, because the tape is the cassette. The 8-track is the 8-track. Yeah, they both use tape, but you got to differentiate between the two.
Right. There's a difference.
Oh, Crunch in the house. What is up, Crunch? Good to see you, my friend. Cheers. $2.50 beer pitcher and 10-cent wings was the norm drink. Yes. Yeah, that's how it was back then. But
I remember when the Hooters used to have triple nickel night on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah.
We'd go there and order 100 wings for $15 or whatever it was for the table. I was like, that's like $1, 6 wings for $15. I'm like, geez.
You're like, fellas, I see a challenge. Yeah.
Like back in the day, they couldn't get rid of the wings fast enough, and then all of a sudden became popular. Now he's like, now they just everything else, jack them up,
Well, when we had the 25-cent drafts, like I said, and I think it was Shannon might ask before, like when I said we did the 5-hour drinking down, it's like they pay $5 and you drank till you couldn't drink anymore at the bar. And that would include like beer or clear, like it would be like their well drinks, but you're a college kid, you don't care. They give you vodka and cranberry and it's like freaking pop off. I don't care. It's $5. I pay $5 and I can drink all I can drink, so.
But Shannon probably still cringes every time she hears vodka and cranberry.
Oh, yeah. Well, pop vodka. It's never good when you buy a liter of vodka and it's in a plastic jug. I'm just saying. Those of you, when you're shopping out there for alcohol, that's not the one you want. Not as bad as the Franzia box wine, but pretty close. If they're putting wine in a box and it's just a tap on it, yeah. You might want to step up your game a little bit.
It's funny you say that because that's what she used to drink all the time before she really started drinking beer. It was the Franzia and the box wines.
Well, that's what we would serve at the alumni bar at WVU, and it's just like, oh, we're serving this for like, I don't know, back then it was like $5 or $6 a glass, but the whole bag of the wine only cost $10. So it was just like
making money hand over fist on that.
These professors are thinking they're drinking this great white wine, or they're like the blush. It would usually be a white or blush, and they'd be like, I can't believe they're still drinking. Like, but yeah.
It's like buy 2 glasses, pay for the whole box. Like,
yeah,
that's the deal right there for the consumers to get or for the establishments to sell those.
Oh,
it was money hand over fist.
Even for us as the bartenders, because they drank all of that at such a markup that we could drink the regular whiskey stuff for free and not be in trouble for it. Though we sit there doing Crown Royal shots and stuff like that with no problem. Which I will say, Crown Royal back in the day was one of the smoothest shots that you could do with whiskey. It just went down so nice. Of course, one of the funny things too when we bartended was for some reason, like we would hold weddings at the alumni center. And for some reason, wedding parties would always try to outdrink us. They're like, I thought we could drink more than you can drink. Like, we drink like all the time. There's a thing called tolerance. Our tolerance compared to and we would just go at it. And they'd be like, oh, damn, here's 100, another round for the bartenders. All right. Yeah. Cardinal on Lincoln at Western. That was a spot that you used to hit up back in the day in college. Haven't seen it in years. Yeah, you can still see it. One of the places here, I think we're talking about Red Dog still, Party Town. They have Red Dog. But like JT said earlier, you got about like a 15 or 30. Or maybe he's saying that's where you can get it, Cardinal on Lincoln at Western for the Red Dog. I was thinking of Western College here. Okay, I'll go there. I'm not going to guarantee that they have it, though. I know I've seen it there, but I don't usually go in that section of the store. Is that section like the old video section back in the day when we had to get VHS tapes? And the adult section, they had the curtain. You'd have to pull the curtain to go back to where the, Want Chicka Wah Wah videos were. And people would like go back to that section, they look around before they go in there in case anybody was in the store that knew them. And then when they come out, they would peek around, make sure nobody was standing there, and they'd come out and, that way nobody would see them come out of that room too. Yeah.
I remember those curtain sections as a kid. I was like, what are they doing back there?
Wonder what movies are in that area. No, you don't want any of those.
Yeah. And you're right, though. I do remember seeing people like poke their head out.
People would peek because they didn't want to get busted coming out of there. Like you said, is that my gym teacher? Coach Smith.
Hey, Mr.
Yeah.
You didn't see me. You didn't see me here.
Oh my gosh. Some of those movie titles back in the day were hilarious in themselves too. So
like, I came to pick up the copy of the Goonies. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Oh yeah. You try to return it, like you had to return them, like, you try to return incognito. So like the Dropbox, within the Dropbox or something wouldn't be working. You got to go into the store and it's like, return this. And like, well, did you rewind it? And it's like, yeah. Well, let me check. And they pull, oh, you got so-and-so. Like, don't tell everybody I got that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kids today, they don't have to go through that stuff. So, yeah, they just sit at home on their computer, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. But Friday nights going to a Blockbuster back in the day was a fun thing to do. So,
man, that place would always be packed too. If you didn't get there early enough, like all the new release stuff or they were gone. Like you wouldn't get them for a while.
No, you weren't getting them. And you go up to the desk and you'd ask, like, you got so and so? They're like, no, but it's supposed to be returned here at 6:00. It's like 5:50, and you gotta stand there and wait and just keep looking out the window. You see somebody pull up to the Dropbox, you hear that doo-doo-doo, and you're like, oh, maybe and it's like, oh, nope, wasn't in that one. Doo-doo-doo. Nope, wasn't in that one.
Or I think they'd even be like, well, we can put your name on the list when it gets returned and we'll hold it for you or whatever. Like,
yeah. Yeah, you get the movie, you would get the popcorn, you would get candy, all in the Blockbuster type stuff. It'd be like a Friday night at home. But it was a fun experience to go out and kind of do that there, right? And one of the ones that we had years ago was next to a Chinese restaurant. So we go in there, make our Chinese order, then go see what movies they had, get the movie, come back, Chinese order's ready, take it home, and there's movie night for you.
Yeah, easy one-stop shop and done, good to go.
Yeah. Good old Blockbuster. Box of wine comes in handy. So, no, I'm not saying it doesn't. It's just, yeah. I was like, if I was doing a tailgate or something like that and everything, get a box of wine, you just have people just chug right away. Like an old wives' tale. Yeah, that's your local splashy there. Yeah, it's not always Benny's, right? There's other spots you can hit. Macro Mega Pack section have a lot of big boxes of beer stacked on the floor. It'd be funny to go get one of those and it's like from 1994. I wouldn't get an aged Red Dog. Just saying. That Red Dog is old yet. Oh,
take the cobwebs off of it, the dust.
That Red Dog is definitely old yeller by now.
In fact, they're probably like, oh, we don't want to sell that. It might be worth some money now. Like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. No. I wonder if somebody did that like in a time capsule. They put a time capsule out, and because we're seeing time capsules get opened on different things now, and you can open it up with like old Red Dog in there or something. Like, would you drink it? Would you drink it? I mean, the ground probably kept it cool, but don't know if I risked the biscuit on that one. Mm-hmm. I just called. They said they don't carry. Oh, Big Daddy was going to look to go ahead and get him some Red Dog. Maybe Benny's. I feel like your Benny's would have everything there.
I would think so.
Maybe you're saying Big Daddy's on the hunt now for Red Dog. Can you put it? Can you go to Untap Big Daddy and put in Red Dog and then hit the search, because they'll find the closest one close to you if there's a store that carries it and they're on Untap.
How many miles it is? Yeah, they'll find.
Yeah. Mariano's has it. Makes sense. Is that a slight on Mariano's? That's where he saw it, he said. Yeah. Red Dog. People search for Red Dog like back in the day, search for Bourbon County. Nobody's lining up for Red Dog.
I'm not sure they ever lined up for it, but I don't know, they may have. It was pretty popular.
Oh, it was popular when it came out for sure. I think when it came out, I mean, again, this was a Miller brand, but I think that kind of took pardon the pun, a bite out of like MGD back then, because MGD was pretty popular, and then people started going to Red Dog. It's like one company, the same company, but another beer took a bite out of the other division.
Oh yeah.
Big Daddy said, "I'm lining up for it."
Sorry, Big Daddy. I didn't,
Cyril was at 9. He's out there at 8:30. Like, what you doing? I'm waiting to get my Red Dog. It's funny talking about lining up for it. We were talking the other day, me and EB and Superman. We were talking about like the back in the day, lining up for video games because you don't have to do that anymore. But like going to GameStop at like a new release at midnight, and people were lined up there like that 6 p.m. ahead of time or whatever, or going to a Walmart, like new Madden's coming out or new Gears of War, whatever this game may be, Halo, whatever. And it's just like, those were some crazy things that people lined up for too.
Especially like Call of Duty early on, people just wait. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hours before midnight. Like some places would stay open just for midnight, just for that.
Yeah. And I was never that guy, but I would suck to be that guy that waited in line and then you go up to the counter and they just sold the last one.
Yeah, like, sorry. Damn the luck.
And like, we could put you on a wait list.
I'd be like, oh no, I've waited here all this time. I'm not leaving until I get a copy. What are you supposed to do?
But I remember actually, it was smart on their part. I remember it was, I want to say probably like a 10 or 11-year-old kid years back. He created a company of line waiting. So he would go to like these things where people would wait in line and he would basically hold their spot. And you would pay him a certain amount per hour.
Yeah.
And then when it was about to go in, you would come back and get your spot back for him. You pay him and you would take his spot in line. And he ended up having like other kids that signed on from it. They were making some money for a second out there. They were doing it for video games. They were doing it for like movies. They were doing it for like different things where there was like a hot thing happening. It's a pretty industrious kid. Oh, local supermarket bought by Kroger about 2018. Okay. I know our Kroger doesn't carry Red Dog that I've seen. Not our Kroger. Now, maybe one of the other ones may.
I'm going to look next time I'm out now because I don't know that I've seen it in forever.
Ooh. Crunch said waited in line for Doom for 6 hours and missed first 2 classes in college freshman year. You're like, you're that close. Like, I'm not getting out of line. I'm about to get Doom. Doom took us some time back in the day. I remember us playing Doom and doing a lot of that in college too. Doom was always fun back then too, where you would play Doom and you would do it at night, but you could turn out the lights and you turn up the volume to give it more of that impact. That was like one of those games where
that was creepy.
That brought the fear factor into the game. You know what I mean? So that was one of those early games that did that. I said, bummer nearby place have this beer. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, when you look on there, it'll give you spots where they actually have it. It said, bummer, no place had this beer. Okay, gotcha. I missed a geology final to go see a concert. I ended up not going to see. Oh, wow. Why'd you not go to see the concert? It's funny talk about concerting. When I was in college, so I went to school at WVU, as many of you know, and I actually had won tickets to go see Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine when they were performing at WVU. I ended up not going, and she left WVU to go up to Pittsburgh, where her next show was going to be the next day, and that's when she had that bus crash back then. And I was like, I'll never get to see her. That like I didn't go because of something came up, but I was a fan of the Miami Sound music and stuff like that back then. So I was like, but then she obviously came back later and they went back performing again. But I was never a huge concert person to go to a lot of concerts. So I just, even though I was doing stuff in music and played music all the time and loved having it, and I was just never a huge concert going type person. You big into going to concerts? Were you big into that, or?
Nah, yeah. I never really was. My brother used to go to them all the time, but I never really went to many concerts at all until her and I got together, probably, and then we'd go to our fair share, I guess, but never.
Yeah.
Not that I dislike going, but I just never really
It just never really hits you.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I see all the stuff going on. I mean, back then, we had like Madonna was huge for concerts and Prince and Michael Jackson. I just never got into it, even though, I listen to their music, and I see people going so crazy now, like with Taylor Swift. And I just I don't get it. I just don't. Obviously, I can understand the appreciation and the love for the artist and playing the music. It's just like people I'm taking out a second mortgage to go see her or something. It's just crazy just seeing some of the thing. But I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I can't fault, no fault on it, but it just never really hit that way for me.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
I was in Houston, 6 hours away, and missed the ride. Oh, or was hungover, or just blew it off. I was a bad student back then. Yeah. Well, we've all had our moments. I mean, I dated Janice when we were in college, and it was kind of like I would go to classes. I even buy the book for the classes and some of them. They're like, "How are you gonna?" I'm like, "I'll just take notes and I'll listen," blah blah blah, and was able to go through sometimes. I mean, I feel like some of the college stuff you would get, like sometimes it was just like you had to get the book because they want you to pay to get the book, but it's kind of like some of the stuff in the book was just bullshit. Like they're going to tell you anything that's important, really. I felt like so if I could just listen and see what's really important, I'll end up knowing from there because like everybody knows like the books are fluff with extra stuff to make the pages longer and the chapters longer and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I'll be all right. I don't need a book. I'll figure it out. So yeah.
Try to get that $100 out of you for book fee.
Yeah, the book prices were crazy, and then you sell it back and you get like maybe a third of what you paid for it, like that and everything.
I know.
Yeah.
Like what kind of racket was that?
Yeah. And I also remember back when we went to college, we had I don't know if you guys had the Ceratech back then, Ceratech biology or biological, whatever, where you could donate plasma. I know you talked about it before. You could donate plasma and they give you like $15. You could do it like twice a week or whatever.
Yeah, I think I never did it, but I remember that it was around at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still around or not for campuses, but that was always a way to get some extra dollars in your pocket. Or right before the weekend, need some beer money. Oh, we'll donate some plasma. I had a buddy one time that did that. He went in. And they got to get you in the vein, right? And if they miss the vein, they can't do that arm. He had to miss veins on both his arms.
Oh.
So not only did he not get money, he came back both being bandaged up. was still broke.
Bad day. That's a bad day.
Bad day all around. It's just like you just need to go to bed. Oh. Backstage for the Beastie Boys on a Friday evening, right after I scored an 8-ball coke, so I blew off the Beasties bad time. And you had to make choices, right? And in the words of Rick James, cocaine is a hell of a drug. So yeah, yeah, it was funny when we were in college. My wife, she had a position where it was like building supervisor of our student union. She was one of the building supervisors. And the one time I had to go out of town for work because I was running a newspaper at the time, which wasn't a bad trip. We went to Chicago for a conference up there. They were having EPMD, Redman, and DOS Effects perform at WVU. I was like, the one concert I wanted to see all year, if I was going to go to a concert, this would have been it, right? And plus with her working the building, it was hitting at the right pay note. It wouldn't have been nothing for me to have to go in because I could have easily got in because she had all the door keys and all that kind of stuff. So it was like everything was there. But she was telling me like she'd do a check when they do a check around the building on stuff. And she went into one of the rooms and it was like EPMD and DOS Effects in there. And it was just like open the door and it was like going into Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson. It was just like smoke everywhere.
Big old cloud of
yeah. So yeah. But they gave a hell of a show back then. So yeah. 69 boys at FSU just weeks before they got banned for a lot of that. Yeah. 69 boys, Tootsie Roll. I tell you what, Fort Lauderdale, 1988, spring break, 88 was like the last good year we have been told going to Fort Lauderdale because that's before the last year before they started cracking down on spring breakers out of South Florida. And it was just crazy. I mean, it was pretty much like growing up in high school and you see those spring break type movies on like HBO or something like that. Everything would just be like crazy type stuff happening. Literally, it was kind of just that way, like down there, like just, and South Florida. And you know, this crunch, like we walked into the clubs with the college kids and it's just like 2 Live Crew and all the bass is blowing and all the, this was like, it wasn't even called twerking back then. It was just like shake your ass type stuff. And it was just like crazy, the stuff that you had going on down there. It was like a blast. And then you would come out and be on A1A and just like cars would just be cruising back and forth, showing off the different type of vehicles, all that kind of stuff. And it was just like hanging out. It was crazy lit back then. So nowadays they can't do stuff like that, but it was a fun time. Yeah, right? Uncle Luke. 2 Live Crew. Yeah, I found 2 Live Crew records too when I was going through my stuff here. I was like, I haven't heard this song in years. Magic Mike. I had DJ Magic Mike. You remember Magic Mike from down in Florida? Like, and he'd have like that heavy bass in his stuff. And it was like DJ Magic Mike, yeah.
I remember back in the day, you had the big boom boxes and stuff in your car or whatever, and kids were just getting their license stuff. They'd be blaring him all the time, and they hear the boom, 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 the big bass, and yeah.
I might have an old shot here. Spring break. Let me take a look here. Where's my Google photos? I don't know if I have it in this one or not. Yeah, spring break was definitely a good time. Oh shit. All right, so this is me back in the day. This was during spring break. Chilling.
Look at
that. Had the spring break tee on, had the cap, had the glasses, the dark reflective glasses. Gun show wasn't forced a little bit there, but yeah, spring break 88. What a time. What a time. That was like an old picture I found like years ago. I was like, oh my goodness. I used to have a flat top back then too. Not as high as Play. Was it Play or Kid? Which one had the high one? Kid or Play?
Play did, I believe.
Play did, yeah.
No, I think it was Kid.
Was it Kid? Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as high as that one, but yeah.
Oh no, you wouldn't have made. Hell, which one was it? I'm trying to think of the song like from the movie now. And they kind of did the little rap battle in the house there or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to think of, because he made fun of him for having the. Shit, I can't remember which one it was now.
Let me see here. I think I remember this offhand. It was Kid. Yeah. Kid has a super high one. Too cool for school. Yeah. Yeah, one of the crew back in the day. Yeah, I mean, could have been one of the I got another one with me and my other boys from back then. You would think of like we were on an album cover of a new hip hop album coming out or something. So you had to have the look. You had to flaunt it a little bit. All right, I'm going to crack open another beer here. I'm going to do the little one, I think, here, Todd.
All right. Well, I've been waiting for you.
So this is the FSBC 10. It is an imperial stout that comes in at 12.5% ABV. Union made, co-op owned. Fair State Corporation is the brewery, or Fair State Corp. Cheers to 10 years of beers. FSBC 10 is the stout of all stouts, a blend of maple syrup and 4 types of vanilla beans on mountains of malt and a long boil Here's the 10 years. So shout out to them on that. I'm going to crack it open and check it out. See what this one kind of tastes like. They're out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. But you got to hit that O hard when you say Minnesota. Like Minnesota. Too cool for school. And we'll go hashtag proper glassware with it being a snifter glass. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Out here myself too.
Shout out to my former brewery here, Taft's. That brewery's not there, but you can still get their beers. Sweetness on the nose. Got a nice roastiness to it, I tell you that. Getting a caramel or maple.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm getting something sweet out of it.
I smell a lot of sweetness to it.
Yeah. What's that? Watch out for Wilford Brimley? Is that what you said? Wilford Brimley might be in there.
Definitely like the roasted coffee beans.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Minnesota, the land of sky blue waters. And Lake Minnetonka, purify yourself. Well, that's smooth. A little bit of a roasty bite to it.
Yeah.
A little bit of a burnt feel, a little bit.
Definitely get kind of like that. I don't know how you would say that. Like, I guess it's maybe the sweetness or whatever. It kind of definitely coats your mouth. You give it that feel of like once you swallow it down or something, kind of get that back.
Yeah, the mouth, like the mouth feel and the duration of afterward. Nice little stickiness in the cheeks.
Definitely the right call, letting it warm up as long as we did.
Yeah.
Get that. I don't know. Raisin, maybe? It's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of got a raisiny type thing. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's pretty decent, though.
You get some of the vanilla and stuff there.
I'd definitely get more of like just the roasted coffee.
Yeah. The roasted is very strong on it. That maple is making that smooth creaminess of it. It doesn't say barrel aged on here because I'm not getting much barrel, so maybe it's not then in that regard, but
it kind of lingers around like a barrel though. You kind of feel warming in your chest layer a little bit. I did after it sit there for a minute.
I mean, it definitely takes a while for the legs to come down a little bit, so you can tell it's got the high ABV on it. Got a little bit of a chewiness to it. A little bit of a chewiness and a little bit of that leathery type of appeal comes into play as well. Definitely a nice sipper.
Almost kind of like a syrup type feel
to it. It's almost got also a little bit, and this will be one again that you could pair like with a cigar because there's a little bit of a tobacco type sense with it in there.
It's kind of,
if I had a cigar, it would match up nicely with it too.
Kind of feel like it's a little tart, kind of tart feel to it.
You getting tart on yours?
A little bit. Or maybe I'm just picking it up wrong. But it has a little tartness to it.
No, I mean, you can say there's like a little tinge of it. Not like a sour tart, but there's a little tinge of a tart there on the back end.
Kind of reminds me of that Speedway stout I had that was with cherry, like cherry flavored Speedway stout.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Like that kind of tartness that one brought to it. I don't know if tartness is the right word, but a different kind of vibe than you normally get from a stout.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if tartness is the right word, but it's.
That was not saying what type. It's not saying what type of vanilla beans they're using. It just says 4 different types. So maybe something's kind of playing off of that too.
You had that cherry Speedway stout, right? Or no?
I've had it before. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, I'm talking about kind of like that.
It's kind of. I mean,
I'm not sure.
with that
I'm
one,
not sure.
it's like a chocolate covered cherry type feel that you get with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. This one isn't really supposed to be that, but that's kind of what it
Yeah.
reminds me of.
And not, cherry can be weird for some beers where it's like a medicine type thing. So they don't really have that I have with the Speedway type stuff. It's usually definitely well defined on it. But again, it's AleSmith, so
Yeah, that Speedway style cherry that I got. That was one of the Rajay deals I got. I got a whole 12 pack for or it was 12 pack for $8 or something like that, or $6
oh
for that.
fuck. Hell yeah. It's like how many more you
And
got
Clay's
back
like, man,
there?
I'm tired of drinking these. I just started giving some of them away. It's like, here, you can take some of these. You can take some of these. I think I still got a couple actually. Still, like,
Yeah.
maybe I got a case of them. The store that I do that I go to. I've told you before. You know, you can get like a 4-pack or 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever the increments are up to a case, and a whole case is like $16 for a whole case of whatever it is. And
Yeah.
and that was one of them. And I think I got a 12-pack of that. What it was, and it was like $7.99. I think it is what they charge for a 12-pack, and it's 12-pack or whatever they have on
Wow.
clearance or whatever.
That's a freaking steal.
So they bring beers in all the time. So you got to watch, like they got a Facebook page. So I watch their Facebook page, and they'll put different things out every week usually, and they'll do it with bourbons too. Like some of the bourbons they'll post, and it'll be like $120 bottle of bourbon, and they're selling it for like $40 or $50.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to get rid of it, just to clear the shelf, I guess.
Yeah, being back here at some point, I hope I catch when Party Source does their deal again. They do a cleaning the shelf type deal where they'll do like 50% off of stuff. Like you get a bottle of like I got the Japanese whiskeys before that were like usually $100. You get them for 50. It was like you can't pass that up,
Yeah. And that's really the only liquor store that I know of around here that really has deals of that nature.
Yeah.
So if they have something that's interesting, I'm like, I'm gonna go get it. Even if I've never had it before, it's like I'm gonna go get it, try and get it anyway. And a lot of times, depending on what it is, if you're not there within the first 4 or 5 hours that they post it, you're not getting
it's gone. You're not getting it. Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on what it is. I've been there a few times going, you got this? And they're like, oh no, we sold out of that a couple hours ago. I'm like, oh, you just put it on Facebook like 2 hours ago. Like, that's gone as soon as it hit the page.
As soon as it hit, yeah. People were in line. They were standing in line.
Yeah, I'm like, man.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go hit the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that was always a good little liquor store to hit. When I used to work over in Kentucky, it was kind of on my way home, so I'd stop by there a lot and pick things up whenever I see things. Now I'm back on the Indiana side working. Started there about 6 weeks ago, so now it's a little bit of a drive to go pick something up from over there. But if they have something, I'll still do it. Or I got a couple of friends that work over somewhere close to there. I'll let them pick some stuff up and give them the money for it. So still works out. This beer is pretty good though. It's kind of weird that it's in such a small can, but 12.5%. It's probably a good thing it's in a small can. Pretty tasty though. I've never seen it before. Because when the pickups I got, it's probably been 3 or 4 weeks ago now, I guess, when I went to the Jungle Gyms that you hear us talking about every now and again in Cincinnati. With Shan and I went up there with some of her friends and met Rod up there and made a day of it. And I brought back way more beers than I needed to, but a good problem to have, I guess, They just got to get through it all. This one's definitely hitting the spot. It's pretty good. Definitely not one I'd want more than just this little pour of, though.
It's got a nice heavy. It's got a not a fully heavy body, but it's got a nice weight to it, I would say.
Yeah. I think this, like I was just saying right first, I don't know if you heard me. I was like, this size can is probably just right. Like it's probably perfect.
You think? That's 7.5 ounces.
Like,
I mean, it makes it
what
easy.
is this?
With the
I feel
what?
like almost a 12 ounce of this might be too much. I feel like I'm like a 12-ounce can or something. This might be too much.
But you'll do like a Bourbon County or 16.9 ounce.
No, I know. I mean, I'm not saying
You think of this one here, but something like this makes it a little bit more easier to sit back and enjoy. And
yeah, but I think a lot of them. I mean, even like Bourbon counties and stuff. I wouldn't hate it if they went to a smaller can, just because, like the bottle. I'm glad that they went to the 16 point whatever bottles they went to instead of the big bombers, because at that point you're like, okay, now I'm kind of pot committed. You open it up, you either got to have friends with you to drink it or drink it within the day or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think with these
little smaller cans, you can just have one and like, okay, I'm good, and I'll go to something else, or maybe come back to one or whatever. I don't know. I just think it's kind of not a terrible idea to have that as an option.
Well, I'm gonna have to look at the because Bourbon County this year is going back to the 4-pack, but I think they're 10-ounce bottles, so that's not too much off of this, I believe, because the regular base version will be like four 10-ounce bottles. The other stuff will still be 16.9.
Yeah. Now, along with that, obviously the price has to come down also, just for the quantity that you're getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Bourbon County can't still charge you what they're charging you now for a 10-ounce bottle or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid they probably will. I'm assuming that's probably what they're going to do.
Well, when they went a couple of years ago and they went to the 4-pack option versus the 16, because I ended up getting the regular, just a one bottle, but they had the 4-packs. Weren't they still? They weren't like $13.99 or they maybe a little bit more, like 18 or something. But it wasn't a crazy price, I don't think, if you got the 4-packs. But I can't remember offhand. Because you end up getting like basically.
No, I mean they weren't.
You got 48. You got 48 ounces.
They're probably
versus,
ounce wise.
Yeah. JT getting a little annoyed, by the way. Bars and restaurants, they portion out the beer by ABV, giving you a smaller glass for a stronger beer, still charging you more. Well, JT, they're trying to be safe. Yeah. They're trying to make sure. Supposedly that became a kind of a thing with the higher ABV, where they're supposed to put them, like, say, in the snifter type glasses and do that. Now, the snifter glass, the way it's kind of constructed, is supposed to help out with the aroma to get it into the nose of the beer. But I've seen some places where they've done like some bigger ABV and they still put it in a pint glass. Or the one place that Todd knows I mentioned before was Buffalo Bob's, and you'll go in there and you'll get like a 9% beer sometimes in a 25-ounce mug. It's like, I don't think you're supposed to serve it this way, but who am I to complain?
Right. Like, I guess so. I'm not going to tell you otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of committing a faux pas, but I'll take it. I haven't been that place since I've been back. It was funny. We had to go over to Kentucky for something like that. And they we could just, now I was like, we can keep on driving, go down to Buffalo Bob's. And she was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Like, because they had some pretty good food and stuff there too. Just to go out there and make a visit. I may do that at some point here, just to go out there, visit, shoot a video or something like that and everything. They had really good wings and some other stuff, but their beers.
I was gonna say,
yeah, 25-ounce beer, and it was like $6 or $7, like a 25-ounce IPA. That's crazy. Like, people are paying that for like 12-ounce or some spots, or less. So, yeah, it was a good little spot.
Like it was cheaper than that. I remember
it probably was.
Going there, I was thinking you were getting from like $4 or something. I'm like, what? $4 for that big of an IPA or whatever it was? Like,
well, one of our places, I don't know if they still do it. I haven't been over there yet either, but on Tuesdays, it was $2 Tuesdays. So any of their taps, it was a $2 pour. And they had like 40 taps, and probably about 30 were craft beer. And I'm like, I can literally just sit here the rest of the day and then Uber back and wouldn't have to go back to work, just go home. Like, it's such a great deal they gave on stuff there. I'll have to see that. That place is always like packed too, because like, people come in there like crazy when they come in there more like Tuesday nights because they know they get a good deal, or they used to at least. The funny thing is, it's like the smallest little parking lot, and I'm like, I think about people coming in there like, how do they not get in accidents on the way out of here? Because it's not like the best spot to be serving $2 draft for. So hopefully people are just responsible. But
now we have a local pizza place that does that on Monday nights. Now they do bottles, and it's just macros, but it's $1.25 a bottle.
Yeah, we'll see macro specials and stuff like that too. Yeah.
Like,
but we'll see, like, you get like
really see that around here very often. So
Monday, some places have like
night for them.
They have like $6 buckets or something like that with 6 beers in the bucket. They'll be like $1 each or something in some of the places. So yeah.
Okay.
But it's I need to go back over to that place and see if they actually still do that, because you get some pretty good craft beer pours there. Like, except for $2. Yeah.
Now we have happy hour. Now we have a happy hour in Indiana. It starts at 4. I think it goes from like 4 to 6 or.
You didn't have happy hour before, right? You didn't have it before.
No, yeah, we didn't. Yeah, it had to be the same price. Used to be, it had to be the same price from the time you open. Now you could do a special, but when you open it with that special had to be the price it was all day long. It wasn't no like 2 to 5
reduced,
or whatever, type thing. Yeah, but now they do have a happy hour. I think it goes until 6 or something like that. And they'll do special. Like one of the breweries we go to, well, one of the ones I went to today for the wing specials, they do like their house beers. And during happy hour, you can get one. I think you can get them for like $4 a piece or something like that, which is pretty decent.
Well, at a brewery, yeah, it's pretty decent as well.
It's like $7. So
that's what I was going to ask you. What's it normally like if you go to a brewery? Like, what do they usually charge like a pint for? It's like $7. It's usually like average.
It varies. Yeah. I want to say anywhere from $6.50 to $7.50 or $8 sometimes. Even it depends. Depends on the brewery you're at, and it also depends on the style you're drinking. Obviously, like like what we're drinking now is going to be more expensive because the ABV is higher.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're doing something that's barrel aged or something that takes more ingredients to fulfill or whatever, that costs them more money, they charge more for. But for the most part, it's not, $6.50, $7 is probably your going rate, I would say, for most everything around here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of common. I mean, when we were up in Jersey, like the restaurant places you go to, you're probably around 8 to 9, maybe in a lot of their pint stuff for craft beer. But you get occasionally, you'll find some spots where it might be like 6 to 7, depending. So yeah.
Now, not all of them do like the happy hour thing. They don't have to do that. So a lot of them don't. But we got one other little brewery that on Tuesdays, and it's all day Tuesday. They do all their taps are. I think they're normally like 6. They have like weird price. It's like $6.49 or something like that. I'm like, why don't you just make it $6.50? I'm sure it's a tax or something on top of it. Maybe rounds it. I'm not really sure why. It's weird.
Somebody graduated at that.
It's $2 off. Yeah.
Somebody graduated advertising degree.
It's probably something, whatever. So on Tuesday nights when you go there, it's all day long. It's $2 off, and it's $4.50 pint for their craft beer.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all they have. They don't even serve macro. It's just their beer and their beer only. They don't do any guest taps or anything like that.
Well, there you go.
Even though they have room for all that, they don't do it, and I'm not really sure why. I mean, I kind of get it because I know the owner, he wants people to drink his beer, and I get that, but it's like probably wouldn't hurt to have something else on just in case, because he doesn't rotate his beer. I say rotate. He puts a lot of the same stuff on all the time, so he hardly ever changes out the styles very often. I'm like, if you're not going to carry a stout or a porter, you should have a guest tap of a stout or a porter. It doesn't have to be yours. You're still making money on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you can open it up and have
really good
if you can open it up to other taps and get more of a variety in there, it might increase some stuff though too. But maybe they did some research and they found out people just like what they got there too. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Definitely an option.
For a long time, he had a beer. It was very similar to like Blue Moon or whatever. Shannon used to love getting it there, and her brother used to love getting it there all the time too. About a year ago, he stopped making it. Didn't even put it on anymore. So I'm like, one of the bartenders was like, that was one of our best sellers. I'm like, why does he not have it anymore? He's like, I have no idea. But he just told me, I think they're about to put it back out again, coming sometime soon. So
yeah. I wonder if it was something with ingredient.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I'm kind of thinking that too.
Well, I'm thinking it might be something with ingredients or something, maybe too. If something happened and they couldn't get what they needed, or maybe it was cost or something too. But if it was a bestseller, you would think you'd have a good opportunity with it.
You would think, yeah. That's mind-boggling. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's always interesting when you have.
Yeah, their beers are just usually okay. Like, it's nothing mind-blowing or anything. It's just a cool little neighborhood kind of little pub to go into. We made a lot of friends there, and kind of really just go there to see them and drink cold beers and whatever. It's more so the camaraderie than it is the actual beer that they serve.
What's the one brewery down in Louisville? The one I drank a few times. I think it was Shane that liked them. Begins with an F.
With an F?
Yeah. They're in Louisville.
Was it during the Blockfest that when we were walking through?
No, no, it wasn't there, but it was one that you brought up, and they really liked it as well when we did Niagara last year. What is that Louisville brewery? Because we talked about it before, how they kind of all of a sudden started taking off a little bit more after they changed things up. Yeah. Are you still seeing some good stuff? Yeah, you still seeing good stuff from them, or?
Yeah, they're doing. Yeah, they actually just kind of opened. They took over. It was a restaurant / bar. I'm not really sure what it was over on our side, and they actually took it over and made it. It's all Fall City. I don't know what they actually call it. It's Fall City something, and all they serve there is just. I think you can still get macros, but everything on tap is just Fall City beer.
Okay.
And also, obviously, it's a kitchen. Also, they have food and stuff. So we went there a couple weeks ago, and it's okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah. Because I think it was their hipster. It was their rye hipster. Maybe I think I really liked before they did. And you had told me like how they come a long way since when they were first doing stuff down there. Like they were getting mixed stuff reviews, and they kind of gotten better at things.
Because I think when we were in Niagara, I brought some of the hipster IPAs up there, and Ray really loved them. He really liked them.
So. It was Ray that really liked them. Okay, all right, not Shane, but Ray. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, they do some different things now, and their brewery actually is pretty cool. Like it's freaking huge. It's a big brewery.
I think it's still funny. I'm seeing like Lexington. But I still see Lexington like kind of growing on their brewery, like everywhere. Like people see it. I go to places in other states, and it's like Lexington, Kentucky Bourbon Ale is there. It's like, wow, they're really pushing stuff out.
I was getting ready to. I was going to break one of those out next too, probably because my friend Aaron that you met, he bought over at the Shrek's liquor store I was telling you about with the discount stuff. He bought like a case of the Oktoberfest All Tech beers, and he gave me a 4-pack. He's like, "Here, you want some?" I was like, "Sure, I'll have some of that."
Do I want some? Are they barrel aged though, or
I'll just do that in for you. So him and his wife were in Wisconsin, and he brought back all kinds of goodies. So he threw that in there with it and gave me, I paid for a lot of it, but I was like, here, let's do that 4-pack in here. I was at Shrek's, and they had it for cheap, so I just picked it up and I was like, oh, cool. I'll try that. I don't think I've had that.
Yeah. Well, with the Oktoberfest, is it barrel aged or is it just regular, just on Oktoberfest? They usually do barrel aging on so much of their stuff.
It's a good question. Hang on, let me go grab it and I can tell you. Hang on just a second. I'll grab it anyway because that's probably what I'll drink.
Okay. Barrel aged Oktoberfest would be crazy. Speaking of seasonal type stuff, I did pick up finally one of the bottles of the Maple Warlock. So I'll be doing a video on that. I still feel like it's too soon on pumpkin, but it's there and I wanted to try it, so I ended up grabbing it. I also grabbed one of the caramel pumpkins because I never did that one before. I actually heard good stuff about the caramel pumpkins, so I'm going to see how that actually tastes at some point here. Those will probably be reviews I do here in October. But it's funny on the Southern Tier stuff, the expiration date was out until 2027, like that fall on both of those. I'm like, oh, you can definitely sell this for a good amount of time, which I like the beers you can sell, or it makes it a lot easier to plan stuff out for sure. But upcoming, I do plan to make a big run through some of the Big Bad Baptist stuff I got that's been cellared. I think the oldest of it might be like 2017 or 2018. I can't remember, but I got to start drinking that stuff. And these are the ones when they did in the bombers too. So those will be fun ones to do a review on. Like 22 ounces of a high ABV beer. And I think it's time to grab another beer here. So I'm going to actually grab another Oktoberfest while Todd's grabbing that beer. And this is going to be one of the
you got too much beer in your fridge.
Yingling Oktoberfest.
You got too much beer in your fridge when you go to look for one and you can't find it.
Right. That's a problem. That's common. Yeah. But in the beer cellar, it's always nice when you go in like trying to find beer. Like, oh, I forgot I had this one in here.
So here's that one. So here's that. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. There it is. So it is barrel.
It is aged in bourbon barrels, and it's 10%. So.
See, I haven't seen that one yet. Okay. Wait a minute, is that pumpkin?
Yeah, pumpkin.
So it's not Oktoberfest, it's pumpkin.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I just picked it up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
And I've not had this one yet either.
Oh, you're about to find out.
So he gave me a 4-pack of those extra with the others. So it was New Glarus. So him and his wife went to Wisconsin a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He brought back. He messaged us like, "Hey, y'all want any New Glarus?" I'm like, "Yes."
Did you get Spotted Cow finally then from when he came back? Or?
Yeah. So I got I got a 4-pack of Spotted Cow, and then he brought back some individuals. I think he bought several 4-packs of other things, and he split them up and gave it to our little group of guys that hang out and drink beer and stuff. I mean, we paid him for it. It wasn't all just free, but. Then he's like, I love these Kentucky Ale pumpkin barrels too, or over at the Shrek's place over here local. He's like, I picked those up. You want one of those? Like, well, yeah, I've never had that, so yeah, I'll definitely take that.
There you go.
I'm gonna let it sit out and warm up a little bit.
JT said, Wisconsin is a weird beer state. They lead the nation by far in alcohol consumption per capita and have a lot of great craft beer, but they keep it all for themselves. Greedy bastards. No exports. Yeah.
No doubt.
They do. Yeah.
Sure. Like, man, New Glarus.
Well, that's
like, why not? But you can't get it unless you go there.
Well, that's the funny thing. The first time I had New Glarus was earlier this year, and it was at the Craft Brewers Conference because New Glarus actually brought beer in for one of the booth type things. I got finally have a new glass. I don't have to go to Wisconsin. So they didn't bring Spotted Cow though, but they brought some other stuff that was pretty decent. So yeah. Yeah, I'm pumped up next year to go to. I'm hoping next year, because it's in Philadelphia, if I go, that they have a location with Bad Robot up there. Because everybody talks about Bad Robot beer. And then they might be doing something with Other Half because they got a location in Philly too. So stay tuned for that. I'm pumped up about next week though. So next week I'll actually be doing the thing. And Todd, I think you saw when I posted in our other chat thing with the guys, but I'll be at Sam Adams next week to kick off Oktoberfest. I'm going to be sitting there with Jim Cook for a special event and want to do some stuff. He's going to give us a rundown on the history of Sam Adams and do some social media stuff. So that's going to be pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty cool there.
What's up, QWERTY? Cheers. It's been a while, my friend. Drinking some PBR. Nothing fancy here tonight. There you go. Hey, nothing wrong with some PBR, you know. That's another one. We were talking about some of the old beers from back in the day. PBR was one that was also out there kind of when we were drinking MGD that we would have a Pabst once in a while too. It was kind of funny though when you think about Pabst because, and we mentioned, you know, joking around about Applebee's, but Applebee's kind of made Pabst like almost a hipster beer because they would do the Pabst specials with it. People would go there for like $1.50 draft 22-ounce Pabst Blue Ribbon pour or whatever. People, it became like this hipster thing to go to Applebee's and also have a Pabst, you know. So
that was the beer my dad used to drink when I was a little kid. Pabst Blue Ribbon. he drank the Pabst, and his good friend, he would drink Fall City. Now, not the Fall City that we know, but the Fall City of the old that is what it, you know, what they bought out.
Yeah.
So my understanding is that the Fall City now bought the old Fall City name from them. It was like $100 is what I was told.
Yeah. Well, shit. Wow, that's crazy.
And then, you know, around here, that's a big name around here because, you know, brewed around here. So it's like that was, you know, that was smart on their part.
Oh, definitely. And it's funny, Big Daddy's actually cracking open a new glass strawberry rhubarb.
Oh,
it's just delicious.
I don't think he brought the rhubarb back. I was hoping he was bringing back some more of the fruit flavored ones, but he didn't bring as many of those back as I thought he would.
Yeah. Spotted Cow is okay. Not this special. Rustic country ale. I'd buy it if I could, though. Yeah, I feel like Spotted Cow is one of those older beers that's kind of, I put that like that category of like the High Life from Cigar City that I feel like when you have it, you're going to be like, wait a minute, this is what everybody was talking about, but it had its moment out there. So it's kind of like, it's going to be a heartfelt favorite for a lot of people.
Because you had so much hype behind all those until finally, well, even that one there, you still can't get it unless you go to Wisconsin. So that's kind of still has that a little bit behind it still.
Yeah. And JT said, cheers to QWERTY. Yeah, for cheap beer, you could do it. Yeah, you could. I mean, PBR versus Natty Light. Yeah, I think you're winning with PBR, right? So, although I won't lie, I was really surprised back in the day when I had Natter Days. I don't drink them now, but for a while, they caught me up on that. I was kind of like, wait a minute, this is a natty? Like the Natter Day when they first came out with them. So there was some easy drinking lemonade type, whatever. And, you know, I don't like shandies, but I'm like, I could do some Natter Days.
I remember those Natter Days. Didn't they have like the pink lemonade or something? I don't remember what it was. I was like,
Yeah,
they weren't bad. Like, they weren't that bad.
No, they were easy drink for a summer drink. Yeah, they weren't bad at all. Not as Spotted Cow fan in the same realm as Oberon to me. Oh, let's not just start throwing the hate out there, right? Don't need to bring up the O and start slamming the Oberon. I mean, Oberon is solid.
Come on, Big
Oberon is solid. Now, depending on what you get, I will say Oberon Eclipse did not hold up well for me. But the other Oberons, I'm definitely on board with Oberon.
Rajay, you're just glad that Joe's not here, so Joe and Big Daddy team up against you with the Oberon.
What a funny thing with Joe is Joe has him and Paul have the hate towards Oberon for the most part. But then it's kind of like, I was like, well, I don't like the Oberon Eclipse. And that's the one, the Oberon that Joe likes, is the Eclipse. I'm like, seriously, like, you can't be more opposite than me on this beer. Like,
of all the ones, that's the one you're going to like. Okay.
Yeah. I think, Joe, you're just trying to fuck with me right there. You're just fucking with me. You're poking the bear.
I think, he's totally poking on that one.
But yeah. But I will say, because I think you didn't get the Gangling Oktoberfest, so it's not bad. I just wanted to grab it so I can do a review on it because I haven't done a review on that one before, but it's all right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing like next weekend. I got to figure out some time when I'm going to get down there, but Oktoberfest with having Eyinger and all of the German breweries that are here, because like I said, they'll bring over their other beers besides just Fest beer or Merson's, and it's like, oh yeah, let me get that Keller beer, or let me get this or that, and it's just like such a good time.
Is that next weekend?
That's next weekend for Cincinnati for Oktoberfest. So yeah,
I know we've been talking about coming. I was thinking for some reason it was the week after, not next weekend, but the week after. But
yeah, it's like next Friday through Sunday, so I just got to figure out, because Friday I'm off Friday to do some stuff, and then go down to see Sam Adams at the tap room. So I may shoot over there Friday and do some stuff there.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I got to do some other stuff, but Sunday I might come back again next weekend. So we'll see. But it's such a blast, and just all the people, and get a new pin for my hat. I wear my Oktoberfest hat when I'm down there next week, possibly. So it's a good time. And then I'll see if I'm there. If I do get there on Saturday, I'll see how many sausages Joey Chestnut eats this year. So
when's the start and end? Is it just Saturday? Or is it several days?
Oh no. It's like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Is it longer this year? I'm trying to think if it's Thursday as well. Let me take a look here. And the food they have down there is great as well. I mean,
I bet.
18th to the 21st. So that is, Thursday through Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So the official beer guy is actually out. Let me see what they have here. Braxton, Erdinger, Anheuser-Busch, 50 West, Fretboard, Grainworks, Koenig, Kosterzer, which I've had a couple of their beers before, one or two. Mad Tree will be there, Molson Coors, Raderberger Group, Rheingeist, Samuel Adams, Saunders, Spaten, Beagle, Versteiner, Weisstefan, and Westside Brewing. Stoop Days. I haven't had Stoop Days before. Well, I guess Eyinger not here this year. That's weird, because Eyinger has been there before now. So
yeah, you'd think they would be if the other ones are there.
Yeah, they usually have like the German breweries over. So Weisstefan is bringing their Fest beer, their Hefeweizen, their Helles Lager, and then their Bitburger Drive, which is the NA beer they actually have. West Side is bringing Oktoberfest, Dunkel, Fest beer, Hefeweizen, Helles, Jägermeister. I don't know why Jägermeister on here. You get a shot beer combo of Jägermeister and their Helles. I don't know who the hell's going to sign up for that.
I don't know. I used to drink Jaeger back in the day.
Jägermeister's in that Malort category for me. Like Malort, Jägermeister, Ouzo, and Absinthe are all in that category where I do not want to drink. Spiegel's bringing their Goldbrow, their Grapefruit Rattler, Koenig Pills, Ostracizer Schwarzbier, which I always like a nice Schwarzbier, and their Zitron Rattler, which is non-alcoholic. Stoop Days has their cherry, orange, grape, and root beer. Oh, they're hard sodas. That's why I never heard of them before. Wersteiner, Pilsner, Dunkel, and Oktoberfest. Who's Spaten got? Spaten's got Oktoberfest, Lager, Stella Artois. Spaten owns Stella now? Skimmer's half and half. Neutral Pineapple, which is a vodka-based seltzer, 6.8 ABV. Oh, and Mick Ultra NA. That's interesting. Saunders got their Voss, their Hefeweizen Oktoberfest, You Betcha, which is a great New England IPA. Again, with the Jägermeister, with the shot and beer combo. I don't know what y'all trying to do to me, Cincinnati. Nobody wants that combo. Sam Adams, American Light, Oktoberfest, Truly Wild Berry, Angry Orchard, Sun Cruiser Original, and they're Just a Haze. Rheingeist is Franz, which is a good Oktoberfest beer. Juicy Truth, Cincy Light Lime, Mango Bubbles, Ghost Haze, which is their NA. Jägermeister again, the shot and beer combo. It must be something the Cincinnati breweries are trying to do here. Raderberger Group is bringing their Fest beer, their Pilsner, their Schaffenhofer, Grapefruit, and then they're non-alcoholic. Crazy, just the non-alcoholic is just, you got to have an NA beer nowadays to compete out there. Let's see, Mad Tree, Psychopathy, and their Ziegler, which is one of their other Oktoberfest beers. Their Sway Blackberry Hibiscus, which is a seltzer, and their Light Lager, and then also their Orange and Blue, which is a seltzer. Kostasizer is their Schwarzbier. Koenig is their Pilsner. Grainworks has Oktoberfest, Sunrise, which is an American IPA. My Blue Heaven, a blueberry ale. Hellas Red, again with the Jägermeister shot and beer combo. Fretboard, Rockin' the Rhine, Oktoberfest, their Vlad, which is actually a pretty decent Pilsner, and their Reba, a strawberry blonde ale. 50 West, Wiener Mobile, which is Oktoberfest, American Lager, Doom Pedal, Coast to Coast. So you got some decent ones. Erdinger's we're going to have a Weizen Oktoberfest. So you got some decent ones that are showing up. It's kind of weird not seeing, like I said, Eyinger being there. They were here before last time I went, but it is what it is. But it's always a good time. And you get them big old brats for those Mets, and you get a beer to go with it, and it's just like big old soft pretzels, and they got the polka music playing, and whatever it goes, you know. And the accordion player, like we said earlier, this is his day. The accordion player is out there like having the best of it all, because the accordion player, you have to look forward to Oktoberfest being the day that you get to rock out. So no better day for that. Was there ever an instrument you wish you would have played as a kid that you never got a chance to?
Always, as a kid, whatever reason, always loved the drums. I never got into music in general, but I always kind of think I'd like to have played the drums or picked up the drums.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I always just like the drum. Now I look at it, I'm like, man, that looks freaking complicated. All the different.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know. That might be the hardest one to play. I'm not really sure.
I think it was Van Halen, Hot for Teacher. Probably one of the best drum openings I think I like from a drummer standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Lead into that song, yeah. Vit beers, people seem to love them or hate them. I like them, but they're not my go. I always enjoy a nice one there too. So, it depends on just like anything else. Some people like the styles they prefer, but I think it's definitely a nice one. Soft pretzel with some beer and cheese. Yeah, it's like, I don't know if you've seen before. We talked about it here, Cordy, but we have the biggest Oktoberfest in Cincinnati behind Munich. So we get like a ton of people that come through, and the food and the drink and just the fun is usually a great time there. Big Dad just scored 20 mini bottles of Jaeger for $6. I'll take. Why? Why are you drinking the Jaeger, Big Daddy? Why is that? You don't need 20 mini bottles of Jaeger. Although I will say for $6, that is pretty much a score. So what is up, Paul? Cheers, my friend. Great to see you. What is this messy chaos, right? Yeah, it is a happy hour live on a Friday. This is the Friday happy hour
What's up,
rotation.
Paul?
So me and Todd just hanging, just talking whatever we're talking and drinking what we're drinking and just kicking back with everybody. Cheers to you, my friend. And look at that. Finally got a night to myself. Well, you and Todd are bachelors right now, then. Maybe piano, but I only wanted to play guitar, so I did. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think for me, an instrument that I maybe like electric guitars and that I think. Drums wouldn't have been bad. I wouldn't mind learning how to play the drums. But then it's like as I grew up later on and seeing stuff like, Prince or Eddie Van Halen or so many other BB King, so many other great guitar players. Like guitar would have been a cool. Like JV kills on the guitar. Every time I watch JV's videos, whenever he does a guitar thing, he kills it. Like
probably today, if I were to learn something, it'd probably be the guitar. Just because you can sit out back, around a fire, whatever, just sit out back drinking a beer and just play something. But as a kid, I always wanted to play the drums. But now it'd probably be more the guitar, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, drums are cool though too. It just makes sure that's the thing. Everybody said you have to drink it frozen, undrinkable otherwise. Yeah, I know some people that will drink it like when it's not frozen, but frozen is supposed to be the way to go. But then it's like, to me, it's like you got to freeze it to drink it. That should tell you something right there.
Right. Like, you got to mix it with something else. No, I don't really want it then.
Like you go to pour out a bottle, and your friend is like, no, not yet. You got to freeze it first. That should be a warning. That should be in the label. Freeze before using.
You're right.
Oh, Bigfoot barley wine. I haven't had a Bigfoot barley wine in a while. I actually do have some barley wine to drink though, but not a Bigfoot. Dr. Jeff Mellum on the front runners of Scott. Oh, okay. I did not know that. I've never seen Sasquatch studies. But yeah. Liz was an ex-guitar player who had to give it up because of arthritis. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that's part of getting old sucks, right? Like, you just start giving up stuff. But doing good. Well, that's good to hear, my friend. Great that you are doing well overall. And I do need to catch up on some of your video stuff. How are the hops and everything going for you? And I know you were going to be brewing some stuff, so how's that all going as well? Between work and doing everything else, it just makes it hard to stay on top of everything stuff. Went to Berkeley and played a band for years. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Yeah, I think, like I said, probably guitar, I would probably say for me at this point, but you can always learn still. It just, back in the day, I think that would have been something pretty cool. And it's like when I hear some of the other tracks and stuff from music, it's either like drums or guitar, but like the guitar stuff definitely seems to hit a lot of times as well. Just like thinking back to some of the solos and things like that.
I mean, honestly, for me, even I don't know if you would consider. I mean, I guess it kind of is just being able to sing. I just like to be able to sing, carry a note. Just
yeah.
It's not halfway decent,
Just to have some type of balance in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
like
people don't watch.
Like good enough just go sing karaoke or something and not make the dogs howl at you or something,
Well, it's like people that watch our videos and stuff from karaoke or some of the beers. I'm sure they realize we don't have that talent as much. So yeah.
The later the night gets, the more beers that go in, the better you think you sound. So
Except if you're Paul, which I didn't get the chance to see Paul sing, but him playing the piano was enough to shock the hell out of me. Like that was just awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah. I could barely do like the Halloween theme, and Paul's like he just want to work on it. Like,
I was like, what just happened? Like, what just
excellent. Happened? Who is that guy at the piano right now? Oh, nice. Okay, I'll have to check that out there too, JT. I suck. No, not from what I heard. You did the opera. You did the opera singing. I heard just great stuff. Like it was surprising. Like Mal was a singing teacher. You sung it with Mal. She taught like music stuff in school, and she was just like blown back by what you did there. So
Right.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
you guys did it at 5 a.m. when everybody was sleeping, so nobody could record you guys. But yeah. But those are always the fun things when you have like so many get-togethers that you find out the talents that people actually have that you weren't aware of. It's always a nice surprise, so to speak. Beer helps, leave no trace. So we call liquid courage back in the day. You know? Yeah. Yeah. I did it for the beer. What? The beer.
Stick it up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, looking at some of the old Oktoberfest stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time for next weekend.
Rod, you gonna crack open another one or?
It's definitely possible. It's just 10 o'clock right now. We've only been doing this for 2 hours. It seems like it was more than that. And I looked down, I was like, oh, it's only 10:07 right now. So yeah, I may do another one here, I think.
I was just wondering because if you were, I was gonna crack open this pumpkin barrel ale from Alltech.
Oh yeah, crack it open. I think the one I'm going to actually do would probably be another one of these, the small 12.5 one now.
Or whatever the hell they call themselves these days, Alltech, like the Brewing Company. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll let the stout sit out for a bit, of course.
Ooh, that one hissed with smoke popping out of that as Joe and his voice would go.
Oh, look at that smoke. Look at that song shows. Yeah. Joe got excited over smoke.
Ooh, man, that smell. Right out of the bottle, you smelled the pumpkin out of that thing.
I got a joke. She doesn't even know I sang anything. It is what it is. Oh, you're trying to hide that fact. Okay. Ooh, Nelly Ness Amber. I haven't had that in years. That's a good one for Great Lakes. Yeah, that's a solid one. Good brews, JT. Indeed, yeah. JT is that nice, refined craft brewing taste. So, yeah, he's always drinking some pretty good stuff. Now that I talked about that soft pretzel, I kind of want a soft pretzel to go with the beer. Like,
I know, right? So, soft pretzel with some beer cheese or something, or nacho cheese.
So here's the thing: we get soft pretzel at our restaurants here. Are you more of and everybody in the chat as well? Are you more of a mustard dipper, or are you more of the beer cheese dipper? Because we get like the mustard and the beer cheese usually together with the pretzel. Which one do you prefer to dip your pretzel in?
Me, beer cheese, because I'm not a big mustard fan.
Oh, not even a spicy brown.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't reach out for it. Even like on hot dogs and stuff, I usually just stay away from it most of the time.
Yeah. Hey, let's see if we can surprise the Chicago people. Do you put ketchup on your hot dog?
They're gonna ban me from the show now for saying that, right?
Do you put ketchup on there? Do you go with ketchup on a hot dog?
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Unless I'm eating with chili sauce or something. And chili dog, but.
JT's gonna throw something at the TV now.
I know. My screen's gonna crack somehow or another. It's just gonna like split right in half.
JT and Big Daddy like, who is this guy now? I don't even know him anymore.
I don't want to watch those guys anymore. I just totally ruined it for you, right?
I'll put ketchup on a hot dog, so I don't mind. So if you have a hot dog, kind of curious what people would do. If you could only put 3 toppings on a hot dog, what would your 3 toppings be? For you, for the chat, what would your 3 toppings be for a hot dog? That you're limited to those 3.
Chili dog sauce, cheese, and like 3 all at the same time, or just 3 ingredients in general, and that's it.
No, just 3 toppings on the hot dog. Just 3 at the same time that you're gonna put on a hot dog. Like if you were doing a coney, it'd be chili, cheese, and onion. So
yeah.
It'd be just the 3 toppings you could put on that hot dog. What would you choose? Chili and cheese, and what else?
So I don't know what would go up. What else would go on there with that? Because I wouldn't put ketchup on there with that, because that wouldn't be good.
Okay.
I'd probably, you know what? Honestly, I'd probably like a little jalapeno on there with that.
Oh, jalapeno. That's interesting. That's a good call.
Cheese and a little jalapeno on there for that little kick.
I do like jalapeno on a hot dog, so that's interesting. Paul. You need ketchup on a hot dog. Yeah, right. Like maybe it's an East Coast type thing, or East Coast and Midwest. But yeah, I put ketchup on a hot dog. But
See, I say to some people, and they look at you like, ketchup on a hot dog. I'm like, well, yeah. Well, why not? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, and JT mostly drink dark lagers, but palate is more dad than ever. You mean the food? But yeah, definitely put ketchup on. Oh, you do? Okay. I did not know that. Okay. I know some of Chicago people get offended when they see ketchup on a hot dog. You are from the South. That is true. That's right. So yeah, kids see where I come from. Fake bourbon and hookers. Great time. Paul. That's the Paul. That's the Paul we all know and love, right?
I would say that, yes. Fake bourbon and hookers. If we're going there, then okay.
Chicago hot dog bands. Yeah, it's funny. Like they won't give you ketchup at some of the hot dog spaces there. Pretzels, Paul's spicy mustard, but I like good beer cheese as well. I would say on the pretzels, I'm more. It's a tough one for me because growing up in like South Jersey, like spicy brown mustard was just like always part of it. But the beer cheese is always great. I think I try to do a mix of both. Whenever I had a pretzel, I'm dipping in both of them. But if I had to choose one over the other, it'd probably be the spicy brown for me, I think.
Now, one of the tap houses we go to that I was talking about earlier, they just have like 20 taps. They don't brew their own beer, but they have this pretzel in a beer cheese flight. So the pretzel, I kid you not, it's about as big as your steering wheel. It's freaking huge.
It's huge, right? Some of these pretzels I've seen,
give you 3 different types of beer cheeses together, and they're pretty good. So like they have like a dark beer cheese that's made with like a stout of some sort, and then like an ale, and then whatever the other one is at the time. I think it's just kind of rotating, and they're always really good. That's usually, if you get to that spot, I'm usually getting a pretzel and cheese.
Okay. Well, Big Daddy's he's got onions, mustard, and sport peppers that he would have as his 3 toppings. So he's got some peppers in there as well. Sometimes the beer cheese sucks, but normally go spicy mustard, right? Yeah, hopefully the beer cheese is a good beer cheese. But I grew up with golden spicy brown as a kid, so I'm always partial to that. Pretzels rare in New Orleans, probably because they are really hard to stuff with anything. You do like to stuff a lot of food out in New Orleans. I think with me, for a hot dog, and this kind of comes from my time going to West Virginia, it would probably be mustard, onions, and coleslaw. Coleslaw is something that you do in West Virginia, and it really works out well in the hot dogs. And I would probably go that route. If I was limited to just 3 toppings.
Mustard, onions, and coleslaw?
And coleslaw. Yeah, that's a West Virginia thing with the coleslaw and hot dogs.
All right.
And I can go sweet or I can go like the vinegar base, but I prefer sweet myself. She prefers vinegar based coleslaw stuff.
I still haven't been by and tried the Wawas yet.
Oh, how far is that from you now with Wawa?
4 miles maybe.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah. So we got one that opened in Cincinnati, but that one is like 30 minutes from me, I think. So like 11 or 12 miles, but they're actually opening up like 7 more around the city. There's one to be closer. So I'm waiting for that one to open up. They can start getting my Wawas.
It's like when you all stopped at our house that day to get your beer or your
the 3 pounds of bacon from Shane.
Bacon and the bacon and stuff for whatever. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, the bacon and the syrup. So like the Wawa's from our house is like so we're at exit 7, going back the other way back towards Kentucky. It's like exit 5. I think it's exit 5, or no, maybe it's exit. No, it might be exit 7. We're exit 7. It might be exit 5. So it's like 2 miles. Once you get off there, it might be another quarter mile, maybe. So it's probably 3 miles, honestly, probably from our house. 4 miles, maybe, depending on, time wise. Now it takes a little longer because of traffic. But
yeah. Also, if you can hit it, go to Carlisle, PA, and hit Desperate Times. You'll love the pretzel, the food, and the beer. And he says, I can give you my opinion a while, but it's easier vocalized. That's the other thing, too, Paul. Next April, I'll actually be up in Philadelphia for the Craft Brewers Conference. So hopefully, I might be able to try to see you when I'm up that area. So I know you're, I think you're north of Philly. So we can kind of get connected possibly, but I'll be in town for that, it looks like. Interested in trying a Seattle dog, cream cheese and grilled onions. That's interesting to have cream cheese on a hot dog, but the grilled onions, we get grilled onions on hot dogs, like the hot dog vendors here, they'll do grilled onions and peppers on hot dogs.
One of the local breweries here did a hot dog, and they did it with cream cheese and something else. And you talking about, I would never thought that, but oh my God, it was so good.
Was it cream cheese on a hot dog?
Yeah, it was cream cheese. And I can't remember what else they put on it, but it was something that was out kind of like out of the box. But man, it was so good.
But it wasn't like grilled onions, like Big Daddy had grilled onions.
When they did away with it, we started doing it ourselves at home. We started putting some cream cheese on and doing their version of it. It was pretty good.
Never thought about that really being a topping before, but interesting. Yeah, I guess it can work. I mean, just spread it on there. Learning to try new things lately. I had a broccoli thing recently. I can't mess with broccoli. Broccoli. Although it's been a number of years. Every time I taste broccoli, literally, I would vomit. Like broccoli was one food that made me vomit every time I had it. Like I get the smell is enough to I don't know. It's like it stinks to me. But when I taste it and it hits the taste buds, it's like old school, the way it hits my lips, and it's just like, nope, I'm not keeping that here. And it just reverberates. I remember as a kid one time, I was at my godparents' house, and they were serving broccoli, and I was like, I can't eat broccoli. And they're like, back in the day when we were kids, it was like, well, you don't eat anything then, or you can't leave the table to eat your plate. It was all like hard rules back in the day. They ain't like today, where it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, we'll make you this instead. No, it was different back then. And I was like, can't eat it. Like, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it. And it was like, and then maybe try to eat it, and it was like, I was like, I tried to tell y'all, yeah. And then I get in trouble and sent to the room like it was my fault. Like I told y'all ahead of time, I can't do it. Like I didn't make it up, but y'all want to find out for yourself. Here you go. Like, yeah.
I warned you, so not my fault.
But it's like, yeah, broccoli has never been anything to get along with me. And I don't like cauliflower. I don't puke from cauliflower, but I definitely not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts. So all three of them are like in the same family of vegetables. So, although I will eat cabbage, and cabbage is part of that family. So,
see, I can do cauliflower, broccoli. Not big on Brussels sprouts. But to be fair, I don't know that I've had them enough to really say. So
Yeah.
And cabbage, no go. No go for
No go for cabbage.
No.
Well, it's funny, like I think it was like last year, the year before, so she made like dinner one time and she didn't tell me. And I thought I was getting these mashed potatoes. Like you go in the store, you see these things where they have like cauliflower mashed potatoes now and stuff, right? Like it's the fake mashed potatoes, but they're done with cauliflower. And I took a bite and I was like, felt like I was biting cardboard. I'm spitting this out. And she's like, what is this? Like, this is not mashed potatoes. She's like, oh, it's cauliflower mashed potatoes. So I'm like, do they not have regular mashed potatoes? So I don't remember requesting cauliflower mashed potatoes. And it was just like, nope, can't mess with that. No. It's like, just give me cardboard. Put some salt and pepper on it. So. A lot for hard people. It's like genetic, like I say it's mostly sulfur. It's just literally every time I've tried to have it, I've puked as soon as it like gets into my system. So I don't know if you can be allergic to a food or whatever it may be, but my system did not like it. And she'll say, well, you were like younger back then. Maybe it's different now. It's like, maybe, but I'm not going to take that risk. I'm not taking that. Are you going to clean it up if it doesn't work out? No.
Yeah. Like just stay away from it. Just stay away.
It's better to leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Yeah. Don't even put it on my plate. I'm working on this shut-in friend cauliflower. Yeah, no. I feel like I can tolerate cauliflower more than I could broccoli, though, but I just don't like the taste of cauliflower. It's like, why is everything that's supposed to be good for you got to taste like shit? Why is that the case? Roasted almost burned or covered with cheese and bread. Yeah, that's something like, well, if you got to cover it all up and bury it, that should tell you, like, why am I eating this thing?
Right. True.
Back to the Jägermeister. If I got to put it in the freezer to enjoy it, should I be drinking it? I don't know.
It's this cheese and breadcrumbs is so good. What is this green stuff in here?
Yeah. It's like people tell, but if you oven roast the Brussels sprouts, it'll do this. It'll be like so much. Like, you're going to have a lot of work out of the way to try to make this tasty for you. Like, beets. Oh, beets. Yeah. I'm not a beets person. Although I've had some beers that were done with beets. In fact, I think it was maybe Ballast Point that had a beer done with beets. It was one of their red beers, and then a couple other ones. But yeah, as far as beets itself, no. Of course, I can do coconut in beer too. I was like, maybe I need a broccoli beer. But other half broccoli beer does not have broccoli, by the way, just in case you want.
Other half doesn't count. Yeah, you can't do that doesn't count.
You want a vegan steak? It's called Mafir. Yeah. And I hate when vegan people are like, oh, it tastes the same. Like, no. Like, people like, oh, it's a vegan cookie. It tastes just like the regular cookie. No, it doesn't. It tastes like rocks and pebbles. If it was the regular cookie taste, you would just eat the regular cookie.
It tastes like, yes. It tastes like asphalt. I don't want that. I don't want it.
It's like, you know why you think it tastes the same? Because you haven't had the real thing in so long.
That's right.
Like, don't give me any of that vegan psychiatry. Like, no, it does not taste the same. Like, oh, we got a vegan pork chop or whatever. Like, that's not a pork chop. Don't confuse it. That's not a pork chop if it's vegan.
Right.
That's some flat tofu something. I don't know what it is, but it's not a pork chop. Just call it a tofu chop. Don't call it a pork. Don't insult the pig that way.
Take your soybeans. Want to be somewhere else.
And I've had the hot dogs in New Orleans down there in the on Bourbon Street, which when it's like 1, 2, 3 in the morning, you're okay with it. You don't really ask any questions. You just want something to eat after drinking. So if you're there at noon and you're like, I don't know if I want to get a hot dog right now, but at 3 in the morning, hell yeah, give me some hot dog.
At that point, it's all on. It's all good.
Yeah. Called them weenies, and they featured in my favorite Noah Laval Confederacy of Dunces, which is the anti-hero. Ignatius got his ill-fated job selling weenies in the street. Weenies, you always think of who was it? Not something about Polly. Mary with Cameron Diaz.
Oh yeah.
What was that one? What was it called? Not Long Came Polly. Something about Mary. Yeah. Yeah. And her brother was like, "You wouldn't have anybody see my wiener?" If I was a hot dog vendor, that'd be my line. Anybody see my wiener?
You're like, all right, that's getting old, Rod. Don't say it no more.
Yeah.
It's funny the first time, not anymore.
It was funny, right? Yeah, not anymore. It's done. It's over.
But yeah, here we are. We'll still say it anyway, just because it's funny to us.
Yeah.
So.
The jokes keep going. They write themselves after a point.
I do that with Shannon sometimes. I get on one and she's like, "It's not funny anymore." I was like, "But it was though, right?" She's like, "Well, it was the first 15 times you said it." And I was not anymore. I'm like, well, okay, well, at least it was at one point. But.
I think it's like the difference, like with women and men. It's like we grow up and we get older, and a good fart joke is always a good fart joke. But women are like, "Are you still laughing at that?" It's like, that's a good joke. A good fart joke never goes bad. It's always a good one. So yeah, we're men. We like simplicity in life sometimes.
It's like, why is that? It's just funny. I don't know why, but it's
just a simple, put together joke, right? So we like a good fart joke. Or if it's something that smells something funny, and we're like start laughing, and we're like, seriously, you guys are like, how old now? You still laugh at that? Like, do you see what it says? Do you see what it says? You see what he just spelled out? We're the simple side of the species. Yeah. We don't need much to amuse us as men. Just saying. We keep it simple.
Every time I watch something, I'll just start giggling or something. She'll look at me. She's like, "What is so funny?" Yeah. I'm like, you wouldn't get it.
Cheers, Vanessa. Great to see you, my friend. In the book, the hot dog company was called Paradise Vendors, and Ignatius stuck a homemade sign on his car, 12 inches of paradise. See? That's funny. That's funny.
Exactly. That's funny.
That's a great slogan right there.
That is. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
He's still laughing about it.
Oh, did you say hello to Vanessa, JT, and then that's all right. We're here still for a bit. So always great to see. You're never late. You're always on time with us, Vanessa. So
that's your.
Yeah. We got the backyard brawl this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. That's what happy hour is all about, laughing and kicking back and enjoying things. We got the backyard brawl tomorrow, so it could be an ugly day for watching the WVU game, depending. Last weekend, like literally, we lost to Athens. We lost to Ohio U in Athens. Like, Ohio U. We lost to a MAC school. Like, way to go, Rich Rod. Let's see how you're going to come out of this one. Like, seriously. And then if we would have won that game day would have been in Morgantown tomorrow. But not only did we lose to Ohio U, then we lost to getting game day down there, which would have been off the tilt with Pat McAfee. He'd have been all crazy being back in Morgantown. So
I wonder if we'll have game day next week. We play. So we won 72-0 or something like that today.
Oh shit! Who'd you play? Who'd you play today?
Oh hell, we just played. Shit, who did we play? It was nobody. It wasn't anybody any good. Indiana State, I think is who it was. Yeah. There's like 73.
Larry Bird's old school after that, Indiana. Yeah.
But next week we play Illinois, and they're what, top 10 or what, we're 10th or whatever right now. So, and it's at home, so that could be, it's sold out already. So because I was thinking about going up next week and go to the game and then go visit our daughter while we're up there. But
and you're undefeated still?
Yeah, 3-0.
Oh, so yeah. So it could be. You could have something where game day comes there as well.
So she messaged me earlier. We were talking. She's like, no. She's like, it's sold out tomorrow. I'm like, because I hadn't heard it was sold out yet, but it is. So there's like four games.
Oh, you play Illinois. You play Illinois tomorrow, not next weekend.
No, next weekend. We played tonight. Okay. Yeah, we played tonight.
You played tonight. Okay.
Yeah. And then so next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where they're going to be at tomorrow, but I just knew that if we beat Ohio, they were talking about being in Morgantown for us against Pitt for the backyard brawl, which is always a fun event and stuff. So, yeah, you have to watch. If you get a chance to tune in and you guys get a chance to watch that, that's always entertaining, especially when they do the Sweet Caroline song. You'll see ESPN probably bleeping out a lot of stuff during that song because we have certain lines that we add as WVU during that song that's like, that's probably not needing to go on the air right now. So, yeah.
Like, this is the way it really should go right here.
Yeah. What did they do that? They did something one time and it was WVU versus somebody else. And I think it was in basketball and it was on ESPN and they had no idea and they played Sweet Caroline. And it was still, there's a part where it goes like, eat shit Pitt. And WVU started singing that part into it anyway. Even though they weren't playing Pitt, it's just like in nature, when you hear Sweet Caroline, you have to say eat shit Pitt in that little gap spot so when they pop up. ESPN learned to not play that song when WVU is playing. All of a sudden, it was, we'll go to commercial. We'll be right back. Yeah.
That's funny.
Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. And then that bomb was like, eat shit, Pitt. Yeah. Yeah, when I was in college back then, we had actually T-shirts that were done. It was like one side, it said Pitt sucks. No, it said Pitt sucks. And on the back side, it said, but Penn State swallows. Because they were our two schools that we went against. Yeah. And they tried to show that.
We had shirts like that too. It'd be like Purdue, Purdue, whatever. And I think it might have been Illinois also for like in basketball purposes.
College rivalries are always fun.
They'd always have shirts of something about like the girls or something go to Purdue for whatever, like instead of being cheerleaders, they go to whatever it was. I can't remember the slogan, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, nowadays it'd be too sensitive, probably.
Oh yeah.
Listen, 2 foot longs from doggies here in Newington are always good. That's a good amount of dogs right there, 2 foot longs. I love it. Like the LSU Tigers this season already numbers. LSU's got a good squad this year. There's always like, hopefully Brian Kelly doesn't screw it up, right? But they've got an impressive team. I watched their game last weekend. What's up, Az? Cheers, my friend. Great to see you, brother.
What's going on there?
Destroyed Clemson in their opener. Yeah. Yeah, I think, Clemson's kind of not seen as being what they were a few years back already. So, but you never know. We expand the playoff field this year, right? So it's like, I think it's like 8 teams that get in possibly from the 4 from before. So,
well, they did it last year.
Last year went to 8.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because Indiana was in.
That's right. I forgot it did go last year. That's right. Because when they expanded the teams, they expanded to 4. It's like we should have left it at 4. All the teams they expanded to 4 were all knocked out in the first round.
Actually, is it 12?
Is it 12 this year?
I'm thinking they do
the first 4 get a bye.
4 buys. I'm thinking
maybe it is. Maybe it is.
That's what it is.
JT said he went to a poetry conference in Bloomington '93. Beautiful college town there in Bloomington, Indiana.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, that's where Kylie goes to school at.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as campuses goes, and I've been to quite a few. It's one of the prettiest ones to go to. Like all the limestone that they use for all their buildings and just the surround. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, back in '93, not Brian, but Bobby Knight was still throwing chairs. So
Oh yeah.
that always be stuck with being like a Bobby Knight type thing, throwing the chairs, and then was it there where he choked? What's it called? He didn't choke him, but he put his hand on his neck.
Neil Reed.
No, who was it? The guy that went to Iowa later on as a coach. Basketball player. It was
Luke Recker.
no, I don't think that was it. Who was it? I gotta look here.
Well, I had an incident with Neil Reed at one point, and I think that was.
Well, I'm not sure. Yeah,
I think that was the.
It might have been that one too. Yeah, there was Neil Reed. I thought it was another one. Who's the guy? I'm trying to think of the head coach. That was in Iowa for a point.
Oh, Steve Alford.
Steve Alford. I think it was Alford. He did something too at some point.
Yeah, he was kind of the golden child, but I don't remember anything really happening to him.
Yeah, unless I'm wrong, but let's see.
Well, he had an incident that had to do with like Converse, and back in the day, you know, like being a sponsor or getting money or something from them for like a photo shoot he did or something for a calendar. And it was a big deal at that time. That was a big no-no, I guess, at the time, even though he didn't gain anything from it. But I don't know if that's what you're thinking of or not, but he did that. He did that.
Yeah. Steve Alford. I always forget like Isaiah Thomas played for him back in the day. Didn't he win a title when Isaiah Thomas was there, right? They won a title when Thomas was the point guard, I think. I think that was one of his titles.
Yeah, 1981. And then he won again in 87 with Alford.
Yeah.
It made no more shit sense, but
yeah.
93. Actually, they go back. We were really good. 92, 93. That season we were really good and should have won it all that year, but lost in the championship game.
Yeah, Ash had a very beautiful campus, like a miniature city. We did a campus tour for our daughter, but she chose U of L. Down by Todd. Oh, they're October for the roof.
As was Aaron. As is the one I got the beer. He got the beer for me.
Yeah, the Kentucky Pumpkin. Yeah. JT said was there in October for the Ruth Lilly Poetry Convocation. It was a finalist for a 20,000 graduate scholarship. I never did get very much published and never got a book deal, but it was fun. Yeah. Yeah, I've got like one. I've actually, I don't know, people I don't know if I've talked about it before, but for a while I messed around with poetry. I had a poem published one time in a book too. It's at my mom's house now, but yeah. I'm a free thinker as well at times. I like to write. Yep. I like to write and do drawings like Simon. Do drawings.
Do drawings.
Nah, I wish that was one talent I did have. I wish I had a talent to be able to draw. I'm always fascinated by seeing people that can really do like drawing and painting and all that kind of stuff, and just you know, Bob Ross in it, so to speak.
Shannon's a good painter, and she kind of she comes and goes with her things that she does or whatever. She kind of gave it up. She's got all her stuff sitting out. I think she might do it again, but she does. She doesn't. But my dad was a really good drawer. He could draw. He could do all kinds of little cartoons and stuff like that. It was good.
Yeah, I think the best thing I did when I was drawing, like when I did art in high school or grade school, whatever it was like we would do the perspective type stuff. So like architecture type thing. Like I could draw out from the horizon and sketch up stuff to draw buildings and 3D type stuff along those lines. But the freehand and do some stuff I couldn't do. And Big Daddy says Spreewell. No, Spreewell choked the coach, not a coach choking the player. Spreewell choked the coach.
Hey, right.
Kind of went the other way.
He totally did. That is true. He totally
did. What up, Didi? In the house. What is happening? It's been a long time, my friend. What's that song? Been a long time. Been a long time. Lonely time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, JT said, "What's up, Didi?" And hi, Vanessa and JT. Everybody said hello. Hope all is well. Yes, indeed. RC type living empowered. Well, that's why they come up with the term starving artist, right? So, yeah. But you think about some of those artisans, their careers, it's like, oh, they died. Okay, now I want to buy their paintings, and they get all this money gets made off their name, and it's just like, not even nice to have when they were alive, but
I know, right? Yeah, that never made sense. Like now they're dead. Now they're billionaires as being dead. Scraping pennies together when they're alive. Like that makes sense.
You might have saved Van Gogh an ear. Yeah, it's
true.
Yeah, starving artists. That's what the term is right there. Yeah, it was funny. I was going through some of the stuff and some of the Prince records I actually have too, and I was putting those away. It's kind of like, oh, I forgot to add this, like that. Yeah. I just like I don't know if people still do it now, but I remember back in the day people would have listening parties where people come over to bring different records. You would hang out, you'd have drinks, and people would just play different music. That was some cool times back in the day too.
That's a good question. I don't know anybody that actually does that anymore.
Yeah, but that was something back in the day that people would actually do as well. It was just like, you just have a good time kicking back, and usually you're like having some drinks and someone's like putting different music and stuff, and it was just a cool time. Let's see here. I have an art degree, but went into healthcare. Something about starving artists didn't sound right. I can see that. Totally going to win Nobel in 2050. Yeah, long after a mass. Yeah. Posthumous Nobel Prize to JT. Yeah. What was your art college? BD and JT was asking there. Yeah, art was always one of those cool things. We talked about playing the instrument, but being able to draw would have been a cool thing to actually do. Like, I could do some stuff, but it was just like not, anything great that I would have liked to have been able to do. As far as artist type stuff. Yeah, this second one is even smoother now that I'm drinking it too from the little can stout. The little imperial.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little imperial. I think I can. Yeah.
That one is good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good.
Well, when I went to go get my beer, I opened the fridge and I was like, oh, sweet, I got 3 more of those. I only thought I had like one. For some reason, I thought you gave me that one, but I remember now buying a 4-pack of it.
Yeah, you got a 4-pack. Because it was the deal. It was like 4 for like $6.99 or something like that.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, I guess that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe you just gave me one. I was thinking, damn, that was the only one I had. And I was like, oh, nice surprise. I got 3 more of them.
Yeah. Speaking of beers I got you before and with Joe and Eric back then, I have never still come across those Malavitas anymore. I would love to come across those again. Those are so good out of Spain. So for those that don't know, we had a beer years ago. I ended up getting like $1.99 a bottle. It was like a crazy deal. And these were like rum barreled and bourbon barreled or just regular imperial stouts from Spain from Malavita. And they were so freaking good.
Oh my God, they were awesome.
And that's the thing. Like, you remember a good beer will etch a memory into your brain. It's just like we drink all these different beers, and a lot of the times they're right in that little center area. But those really good ones or really bad ones will leave a memory scorched in there.
Oh yeah,
that stands out.
But those were phenomenal.
Yeah. So you got to write in the poems. I love music, and the music kind of works. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't write poetry as much as I used to before. I like to get back into doing some stuff, but being a fan of music and stuff too, it kind of just works together. Queens College for my degree. Fortunate enough to graduate from music and art in high school in New York City. The famous Fame Music School. Still do art and enjoying it. Oh, nice. I remember watching Fame as a kid. That was a great movie to watch back in the day. Irene Cara and the rest of the cast there. Fame, I want to live forever.
You beat me to it. I did the same thing.
Oh, yeah. And then they had a TV show, too, afterwards. But the movie was the one you wanted to watch. Local University of New Orleans got a BA in history and an MFA in creative writing. There you go. Yeah. We got some people with some edutations around here.
Then you kind of have to wonder, like, is really though? Because they're still sitting here watching us, so
yeah, you know. Their book says smart. No, their book says smart. Common sense wise.
Yeah, maybe. No, just kidding, guys. Just kidding, guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I left halfway through my MBA. I wanted to start working, and which my mom was not happy about at the time. Like, oh, I'll come back is what I said. I didn't go back. And then when I thought about going back, and they're like, oh, you got to go ahead and retake the GRE and do it. Like, I'm not taking it again. I took it the one time or GMAT. You got to take it. Like, why did I take it again? Like, you know.
You're like, no, I'm good.
It's like, I'm good. I don't need to, and I like looked at it like I don't need to go in more debt to get a degree anymore. I'm done with the debt thing. So, but I went right into the MBA right after college, and it probably wasn't the best thing. It was just like I should have probably had a break and then went back in. It was got to be too much. Yeah, I'm right, Roger. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, Although I am happy to see them bringing back more trade schools and stuff, because I think everybody doesn't have to go to college. But I think bringing back trade schools is a good thing because that's another great way to entrepreneurship for a lot of people.
Oh,
they can build small businesses and stuff.
They were saying like the trade school in general, like nobody was going there because they had to have a degree or whatever, and it was kind of falling the wayside. But a lot of people were picking them back up and going to them again now. So.
Yeah, I remember back in school, it was kind of like I kind of feel like it was like when we were back in going to school, and it was like, okay, they kind of separated people out. Like, okay, you kind of got some smarts about you. We're going to put you in AP classes to go to college. You don't have the smarts about you. We're going to put you in industrial class to do shop order. Like I wish I would have had like some shop classes instead of the AP type stuff, just because there's shit that happens with your car you wish you could fix, and I'd take to a mechanic. And if I would have had that training, I would be able to do it myself instead of trying to go in,
So true. Yeah, you're right.
So it's kind of like they kind of separated us back in school, like kind of put on these different paths. And it's like, it would have been great to have a feel from everything all together. But, it is what it is. Did you say I went to school with Slick? Oh, wow. Slick Rick, Dana Dane, and a dude from Beastie Boys. Forgot his name. What was either Mike or Adam or it's a third guy to Beastie Boys. I'm Mike D and I get respect. Your money, what else?
I was doing the same exact thing.
I know MCA, Adam Yuck, and then how do I not know the third Beastie Boy? What the hell? Is the alcohol kicking in? You gotta fight for your right to party. Yeah, Adam Horowitz. I'm the kid I rock. Yeah. Oh my God. I remember back in high school when Day-to-Day sent the fellow thing. Yeah, I know Day-to-Day. And I remember back in the day when Beastie Boys came out with Posse in Effect. So it was like 85 or somewhere around there. And it's like on our stations, we got the Philadelphia stations where we were. So it was like a lot of hip hop stuff. And they play they had at least have a make it or break it type segment. And they put on Posse in Effect from the Beastie Boys. And it was just like, this shit is just like the bomb. And it's just like, that was on their first album, License to Ill. Then we had we had the Paul Revere as well and all the other stuff. But it was just like, that was the one that really kind of caught my attention when they did that one there. Yes, y'all. Don't stop. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one right there. So true. But yeah, and that was like something I remember like back in the 90s. And that was the one knockout I had with like when Clinton did the NAFTA deal back then, because it started killing our trade stuff because they had a new agreement. That's when we became less of producers to more of just basically receivers, so to speak. So that started leading to some of the factories shutting down and all that kind of stuff. And it kind of killed us on the trade type things for us being able to produce out there. But yeah, the Beastie Boys. Wow. And Slick Rick may be the number one hip hop storyteller. Out of the storyteller style of rappers, Slick Rick, The Show, Lottie Dottie, Children's Story. I mean, Slick Rick may be the top storytelling type MC that ever came along.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Now here's a little, yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. Slick Rick was, Lottie Dottie.
We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody.
Just on the mic. What? Yeah. Oh, then he did the show with Dougie Fresh as well. Yeah. Taking me back. Yeah, I couldn't really, I don't know how I could not remember the third one there. We all had our groups, auditorium artists sat in the back right, rappers were in the mid left, and gospel was up front. I remember taking Spanish with Dana, didn't know how we passed Mr. Cortez. Dana fame. Yeah. He was good. I got Cinderella here in the record collection. I think I got Nightmares too. Nightmares of the night. Yeah. Nightmares. Yeah. Oh, don't even get me started on that right there. I got the hip hop trail. Yeah, I got all kinds of shit here. It's so funny. I pulled one of the ones I got like Busta Rhymes from when he was back with Leaders of the New School. It's just like so young, like the sound of the Zekers. I don't know if you remember them from Leaders of the New School when he first came out. And it's just like when you first heard him in that one, it was like, the case of the PTA or Solves. Like you knew he was going to be the standout of the group. It was just like,
it was something different.
It's like his guy's like the next level. It was like listening to Wu-Tang. And despite all the great talents they have in Wu-Tang, you kind of knew Meth was going to be the standout kind of one in that group. To me, I think he's the one that kind of jumps out the most. But yeah. Yeah, I can go back down that road. That could be a whole nother show, just reviving hip hop type stuff.
Right,
and just,
I was gonna say, I mean, a whole nother episode.
That'd be a whole nother episode there. It's like some of these young people, they talk about like some of the hip hop stuff, like, yo, but you don't know Rakim, you don't know Kool G Rap, you don't know all these other ones that came ahead of the time, and it's kind of one of those things too. Like when I hear as great as a talent as Eminem is, I feel like I've heard other people to do what Eminem did, but they just didn't get the exposure. So Eminem is definitely a top one. I have Eminem probably in the top 15 or whatever, but I feel like there's other people that have done stuff that never got exposed to, You go back and hear some of the old stuff.
I still listen to Eric B. and Rakim, like the original, very first one. I still listen to this day. I'm like, I love that whole album or whatever. Like that was like,
Paid in Full, yeah, the album,
yes.
Yeah. Where you like from the Juice soundtrack, The Ledge, yeah, Eric B. and Rakim, yeah. It's just, Yeah, I mean, it's in my blood. I came up during the time of it, so
Well, yeah.
I wore windbreakers. I had cardboard. I would bust it out if I had to. Oh, there's a battle right now. Let me go get my suede Pumas. I had it all. I had the gear.
Did you carry the big boom box also around or no?
I had a boom box, but I didn't carry I was more like holding down here. But yeah. It was either the poses were hold it here or hold it up here, right? That was the poses. I'd walk around pumping LL and radio, yeah. My radio, believe me, like it loud. Yeah. I actually watched the old Crush Groove clip the other day when he did radio from the Crush Groove movie. Soup in the house. What is up, homie? Cheers, my friend.
Oh. I used to love those old Crush Groove and like the breaking movies or whatever, where I was doing those in the break dancing out in the middle of the road and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I remember when
now you go back and watch it and you're like, this thing's kind of cheesy.
Yeah. It's funny watching some of the old footage because I remember as a kid, we had a show that came on and it only lasted for a season, I think, but it was called Graffiti Rock. And that's where you had one time Run DMC battle with the Treacherous 3. And it was the coolest thing to see as a kid because you would hear these people in the record, but you never saw them on TV before, right? Here's Run DMC and the Treacherous 3 with Kumo D, and they're battling and stuff. And it was one of the everybody was just gathered around the TV set. I can remember being a kid, on Saturday at 11 a.m., everybody was in front of the TV watching Soul Train back in the day. Just the artists that would come on there and learning the dance moves, all that kind of stuff. And then later on, Solid Gold came out. People would watch Solid Gold and kind of get wrapped up into that as well. So, back in the day, it was crazy. God, now I got the song Nightmare stuck in my head. Nightmares. Thanks, Dee, for bringing Dana Dane. Yeah.
You'll be singing that song for the next 3 days now.
Yeah. Was that Chunky? Yeah. I got so many different records here. The Military, my friends thought it was just a song, but it was about a drink. Yeah, the Brass Monkey was about a drink that was actually being drunk up there. Right leg down, your left leg up, tilts it back like you finish a cup. Damn it, Dee Dee, you got me thinking too much there. Yeah. A bass exchange and it hurt from the Chunky Monkey. Yeah, Brass Monkey would, if you drank it, it would definitely put you on your ass. Any thoughts on 49ers this week? They're a random select team for the most points. I don't usually watch as much of the NFL, but what do you think, Todd? Anything on the 49ers?
Who do they actually? I'm not even sure who they play this week.
I will say this.
Let's see.
Jerry Jones, what were you thinking? Because you basically made the Packers pretty much a team in the NFC to beat now. Giving them Micah Adams from the stuff I saw from last week and then on the highlights from last night, they're not going to be easy out for anybody. Now, granted, the Cowboys haven't been in the playoffs for a while as far as trying to really contend. I mean, they get there, but then it collapses. And I can imagine if the Cowboys play the Packers this year and Mike is healthy, oh, my God, Dak, you might want to take the day off. You might want to call in sick that day because Mike is going to be after your ass.
Yeah, so the Niners play the Saints. I think you're there. I think the Niners will beat them. Even though it's on the road, I think they'll beat them.
Who's the Saints quarterback now? Do you know?
That's a good question. Let me see.
I don't know who they got down there. Last time I heard it was it wasn't Jameis Winston because he's been gone, but here's EB. What's up, homie? In the house.
Spencer Rattler.
Oh, from South Carolina and Oklahoma. Yeah. I can't believe that. I'm kind of surprised that guy's still in the league even. Actually, JT probably follows him because JT's a Saints fan, so.
Oh, yeah, South Carolina. Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he went from Oklahoma to South Carolina, and then I think there was only 2 that he went to, but he kind of got benched at Oklahoma. Nightmare song. Yeah. The Nightmare song was a hit back in the day with Day to Day. Yeah, that was a huge one there. 49ers are going to slaughter my Saints this Sunday, but the NFC West up for grabs as usual. I say the Rams are favorites. Yeah. Hello, EV from S. Spencer starter. He's not developing well. Yeah. Yeah, I was never impressed with him in college as much either. So can't say I'm surprised there. JT, I think you made Ads feel better about his pick there for San Francisco this week. This week, the Saints go back to being the Aints.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say it is good seeing Geno having some success there out with the Raiders, though. Because I always liked him at WVU, and he was able to rebound through the stuff that he had to go through and now be in the league again, which is great. Rattler, 0-7 as a starter, but he's the best they have. Yeah. I mean, WVU, he could throw the ball well. It was just a matter of consistency, I guess you could say. So hopefully it pays off for him. But that Raiders team, they seem to be sneakily having some pretty good players there. Although I think they got Brock, out of Georgia for tight end. I think he's out this week, but
oh yeah, Brock Bowers.
Yeah. But they got the Boise State running back, I guess, has done well. So
yeah,
the
NFL.
Yeah. I don't know. I know here people were happy Cincinnati's 1-0, but I saw the one thing where at the end of the game, there was towards the end of the game, the turnover took place, but I didn't realize the Browns got the ball back again, and then the kicker missed a field goal. Really, the Bengals should probably be 0-1. They kind of lucked out there.
Oh, yeah.
Because the one guy missed an extra point, which would have been tied. But the Browns had a chance to do it. But then it is the Browns. So you can't really depend on them to go too far.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Anything can happen in the NFL. No team can be overlooked. So we get upset already limping for that. Yeah, it could happen. You never know. At the end of the day, all these teams have paid professional players, right? So anything could go in a certain way. Just don't know. I know one thing. This stout is hitting. Yeah, that's feeling pretty good.
It was good.
Yeah.
This pumpkin barrel age is pretty freaking good also.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what did you think of the pumpkin?
They make, actually.
Really?
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're impressed by it.
If you can find it, I'd definitely give it a try. And I'm not a huge pumpkin of that, realm, but it's good.
Well, this season you're gonna have to watch What's Your Beer, folks. Watch What's Your Beer so you can see Todd's review on it when he does it. He's got three more to do for the review. Packers and the Bills. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the game. I saw the stuff on ESPN. It was so funny. They showed a thing between the Bills and the Ravens. And at one point, the Bills were at a 1% probability to win the game. And they showed the different plays happening and how it kept building up and how the Bills came back against the Ravens. It's almost like you have Derrick Henry and you have Lamar there quarterback. That alone, you should be separated from other people. And the Bills hung in and ended up coming back and winning. So it might be the Bills' year to kind of do it. And maybe the Bills' year to win a Super Bowl. Who knows? Maybe they finally get it done.
I bet that game at FanDuel. When I went to bed, I took the Bills minus the points and straight out, and I took a 3-team parlay. So I took the Bills minus one. Or maybe, no, they were No, it was Bills +1, straight up, and then the over. I went to bed and they were down 2 touchdowns. I was like, yeah, they're at this game's over. It was like midway through the fourth quarter. Woke up in the morning to go to work and I was like, holy shit, they won by 1 point. Like, what the hell happened?
Well, the funny thing is, if you watch like some of the stuff on ESPN they had showed, watching Lamar and Derek look at this big screen about as it was actually happening, like this is shock in their eyes and stuff. But it's the NFL, so I mean, again, they're all professionals,
Right.
And and people were asking about Derek fumble. Like, it's not just Derek, he fumbled in that thing, but they had other drives where the team stalled out too, so they can't put on the one play. But yeah, and Derek ran for he was damn near like 200 yards or something in that game, I believe.
I think it was like 170 something and 2 scores or something like that. Yeah, he had a monster game.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they had the drive back in the day between Cleveland and Denver when John Elway made the comeback. And people thought, well, Biner, if he wouldn't have fumbled, well, like Biner put you guys back in the game. He ran for like all these yards, had the touchdowns, and it's like if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't even been in contention. Right. So you can't blame it on the one play there. Yeah, the Ravens should be lighting it up, but Harbaugh's Ravens teams can't finish games, losing 17 in the fourth quarter since 2019. Yeah, they have trouble closing it out. They do have, from what I've seen. So, I mean, but it's like they got all the stuff there. It's kind of like if they don't do it with Lamar and Derek, I don't think they do it at this point. I mean, obviously they won a second Super Bowl years ago, but still, they should be winning another one. They should have been in the Super Bowl last year and did something. So, yeah. You got one of the most dominant running backs playing right now. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Derrick Henry's routine is kind of crazy, too. I've seen some of his training stuff, and it's just like that dude is a beast.
He's a monster. I know.
Yeah.
Even now, he's like 30, what is he, 32 or something like that? It's like,
yeah. Even as which is like grandfather. That's grandfather. That's like grandfather and running back years, right? And I'm like, if I'm a young running back, I don't want to tackle him at 32. Because, that dude is still like all muscle for the most part.
Running,
so, yeah.
He's still running people over.
Yeah. Yeah. But tomorrow's my day. I'm big college football. So Saturday, I'm just like in front of the TV watching the college games and pray for me because we don't know if West Virginia's going to do anything against Pitt. I'm thinking Pitt's going to probably get the win, which is going to suck because that's our biggest rivalry, but it is what it is. I mean, let's Rich Rod surprises. We did not look good against it was Ohio. It was literally the Bobcats. And we couldn't do shit. Like the defense, high praise for the defense. The defense did everything they could do to keep us in that game, but the offense, trash. They were trash last week. So I don't know. They did good against I think it was Robert Morris, whatever, but it's Robert Morris, I think we are at 3:30 or 4 or whatever, something in the afternoon, late afternoon. So, yeah. Cool thing is, though, I can actually watch us lose now because Spectrum added the ESPN Plus package into their thing. I don't know if you have Spectrum down there, but on our digital, we get all the ESPN Plus because they added Hulu into it, and Hulu took over ESPN and the Plus stuff. So now I get to watch the games where before I couldn't even watch them.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, we have Spectrum here. I don't have Spectrum, but we do get it here.
Yeah. The Chiefs are going to run. The Bengals should win more games with their players, and who knows the insufferable asshole Aaron Rodgers will do. Yeah, but I'm in Cincinnati, and every year they try to sell you a bill of goods with the Bengals. So I don't know. Bengals are flip a coin on them. I think Ravens still can kind of win in North, but the Steelers are that question mark. Like, how good would the Steelers be? Like, last week was more of a Aaron Rodgers versus the old team of the Jets, right? So, a little bit different of a scenario. So, we'll see how he stacks up as we go into the season. Plus, being older, will he make it through the whole season? I mean, he's, 42 or something. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
Used to like Rodgers, one of the outspoken atheists in the league, but his other opinions are garbage. His big mouth and face infinitely punchable. Okay. So how do you feel about Rogers there, JT? Yeah. I didn't know he was an atheist even, so yeah. Like I said, I watch the NFL here. I don't watch the games as much. I just see highlights on stuff. But yeah, I just feel like knowing who Micah Adams was, like the Cowboys, like, what are you doing? Like, you basically just killed any hope you're going to have for the playoffs in the next few years because you're not going to beat the Packers. Give him Micah Adams. So it is what it is.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. But what are we at? 11:11. I guess we're going to get wrapped up here because we've been talking for a bit. And we keep going. We have to crack open more beers. And we've had a good amount of beers tonight, I think. So
that'd be the X-rated show at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 5 cans here, but, you know, it is what it is. Not that I couldn't go more because I could. And I've done it before in the past, but we're trying to be responsible adults. We're trying to do adulting at this point, but yeah. So we'll go and get wrapped up. If you guys haven't watched Todd on What's Your Beer, make sure you pull up the reviews and stuff that Todd's doing there, and the channel. And occasionally you'll catch Shannon on there doing reviews with Todd too. So although Shannon is
from
now
time to time
on her girls' trip. She was here for a bit earlier. They're probably sleeping now because they didn't make the travel day today, or they're partying. I don't know.
She's probably not. She's probably out drinking something or whatever, or who knows what. But
yeah, if she was in the chat, she went silent mode earlier. So yeah, she's on my third fest beer plus 1 Elliott Ness. You know, some nights are just good nights for drinking. Like tonight, like things are going down smoothly. So no complaints over here.
Definitely hits different, that's for sure.
Probably tomorrow I'll have a beer and a cigar. Maybe I should do a live with the cigar type thing too. Maybe I will. I don't know. I have to think about it. But I'm definitely into my cigar smoking again. It's cooler. Well, somewhat cooler. It got warm again this week, like we said earlier. But doing some videos outside and stuff. Yeah. But cool. But thanks for everybody that tuned in. We're going to wrap up here. Next Friday, I'll be back with Dave to do the Midwest Beer Show as it stands right now. That could be kind of interesting, depending on how much beer I drink at Sam Adams during the course of the day. But we'll see what happens. but I will have some upcoming video. Must see TV. But next Friday, I'll actually be at an event, and I'll have some time with Jim Cook from Boston Beer Company, and Sam Adams. So I'll probably be doing some interviews with him and talking about some different things and enjoying some of their beers. And there'll be some good footage from the brewery here in Cincinnati that we'll be sharing as we head into Oktoberfest. And then next weekend is Oktoberfest weekend. So I'll be shooting some video for some of that stuff. But I might shoot some video this weekend from another local Oktoberfest we have here, some other stuff. But new videos upcoming. You're probably going to see some other stuff that I'm going to be doing outside of beer reviews, kind of more the beer education type thing. So stay tuned for those as well. A lot of good things coming this way here. DD said, peace to all and a good night. Indeed, my friend. And hopefully you're still getting that golf in. We didn't talk about golf tonight, but I'm sure you're getting it in if you can get it in. You see here. Oh, we definitely want to get to Chicago again at some time here too. So don't think that won't happen. We always love getting to Chicago. It's been a while since then. Being back here in Cincinnati is nice that now I can do that because it's like a 5.5 hour drive or so. So we definitely want to get up there. Next year we're doing a brew thing up in Michigan.
JT, we hooked you guys up anytime we go to Chicago. That was amazing the last time you all took us down, so for sure.
Oh, National Guard isn't coming now. Hello, yeah. Well, I saw what you guys did blocking the federal buildings with the snow trucks. I did have a laugh at that. I had a good chuckle on Chicago taking defensive maneuvers, so to speak. So, but that whole National Guard stuff, don't even get me started down that road because we'll be here for another hour. So, a lot of tap room. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. A lot of tap rooms. As says, good night, all. Yeah, all right, Aaron. Cheers, my friend. Great seeing you as well. But yeah, let me go ahead and sign off here because I'll keep rambling and we'll keep talking and listening and doing everything else. But thanks for everybody that hung out tonight. And hopefully Todd's pork butt will turn out here pretty soon. He's good to go there as well. And I bet it's going to be delicious. To go.
8 more degrees. We're good.
We're almost there. Everybody have a great weekend and look forward to talking to you all soon. Cheers.